Welcome, Wisconsin Rapids community media viewers and Lincoln High School Red Raider wrestling fans. This is the WIAA Division I Sectional C from Sun Prairie High School. The Red Raiders have qualified 13 out of 14 weight classes. They have one that got added in during the week as one of the competitors in the 152-pound bracket was not able to continue, so they brought in Marco Simonson. We're going to start off here with Landon Freeman, freshman at 106 pounds, 33-9. He's ranked honorable mention. He takes on Watertown's Finn Mulligan, who is a sophomore, 23-14. Joining me in the broadcast area, keeping stats as usual, Joyce Benitz. Volunteering is Saturday for us, Mr. Craig Timm, giving you mat side seats, the best seats you're going to have here in the field house. I'm Scott Tesch, and joining me in the broadcast area, head coach Lewie Benitz. 2 points take down Freeman. Coach, key is to win your first round match here.
Yeah, if you don't, you're going home. And actually, you never know. It's the sectional tournament, but it looks like if we wrestle good, we can get a fair share of guys through the first round. Landon Freeman's getting it started for us here.
106-pound matchup against Finn Mulligan of Watertown, as I had mentioned. Freeman, a freshman, 33-9, honorable mention rank. Currently, minute gone, minute left to wrestle here. This scoreboard, we are not able to see it much at all because it's hanging in the corner of the gym and it's blocked by the scoreboard hanging from the rafters for a different mat.
I can see half of it, Scott.
That's about all I got too. Is I got one home side score. Freeman going to work on his feet, giving Mulligan a free ride up. 2-1 his lead. Snap down, spin behind, takedown. 4-1 Freeman. If Freeman wins, and if Superior's Christopher Anderson win in the bottom half of the bracket, those two will meet the next round. Anderson is ranked 6th in the state. Trainer Curtin and Dominic Hutter are wrestling in the other top bracket as Freeman has got half and a wrist tied up. There's the pin for Freeman. First period, Landon Freeman on a fall. Good start for the Red Raiders.
It's a good way to start, yeah.
Next up for the Red Raiders, Preston Spray at 113 pounds. He's taking on No Ugalde out of Watertown, junior 13-17. We'll follow that with Carter Freeman at 120 pounds against Eric Ritz out of Madison East, 17-6 is his record. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider wrestling when we return to the WIAA sectional in Sun Prairie. Next up for the Red Raiders, Preston Spray getting ready to go against his opponent from Watertown, Noah Ugalde. Ugalde, a junior at 13-17. Spray ranked 3rd in the state, senior, 44-2. Spray getting out on the mat now, strapping on his ankle brace with the color that he's represented. He'll be the visitor on the scoreboard here. Spray with a collar tie, backing Ugalde around the mat, snaps him down, going to take down, leads 2-0. Now they're going to cut him loose, it's 2-1. Team points not officially kept here, even though on track wrestling you'll be able to see team points, but it means nothing here in this individual sectional. It's all about individuals qualifying for the state tournament. The top 2 in each weight class go. Spray with 2 takedowns, leads 4-2, duck under attempt to a single. Picks the ankle, covers him up. It's 6-3 now on a cut loose. And he just pushes the head down of Ugalde. And this isn't going to be much of a match here for the Red Raider Spray. He's going to rack up takedowns. Little sweep shot, low on the ankle. Already got a takedown. It's now 10-4, 54 seconds left.
Yeah, the bonus points don't mean anything in this tournament.
Nope, it's just win the match. Now again, you'll see the same schools at the Red Raiders with an ankle picked by Spray, the same schools that the Red Raiders wrestled in the regional, and then you add in another 8 schools from the other regional, and that what makes up this tournament. And there's a pin for Spray in 139. $139 on the fall for Spray. And he will take on the winner of Cameron Finch, Atoma, or Avery Femwright out of, I'm not sure who, Brookfield West, I do believe. No other Red Raider on the mat right now. We'll take a quick break, catch up on some bookwork. We'll be back with the WIAA sectional. Carter Freeman on the mat at 120 pounds against Eric Ritz out of Madison East. Senior, 17-6. Carter Freeman, a freshman, 31-10. And he's ranked 9th in the state coming in. Ritz puts him in a front headlock right off the bat. Freeman kind of comfortable right there because he likes to shoot that fireman's or barrel roll type takedown. Nice single leg shot there though.
That was a good second shot there. He's one of those guys that could advance today if he has a good day.
Out of bounds. And again, we got a minute plus left here in the first period. 2-0 Freeman. Now they're going to cut him loose. Going to be 2-1. Again, this is the scoreboard that's blocked mostly, so we're taking an educated guess here. Freeman tried a shot, got stopped.
Oh, I'm sorry.
1 minute.
1 minute, Craig says. He can get a little bit better view than we can. He's just a little farther to the left.
I can't see the score.
We can see the opponent's score.
Yeah, that's about it.
Underhooked by Freeman. Nice shot by Freeman. Takedown. 4-1. 30 seconds left. Freeman's opponent's already wrestled. He will take on Peyton Oberg of Baraboo. 32-10. Short time in the period, and there's the end of period 1. 4-1 Freeman of Rapids. Choice comes up Ritz. He goes on their feet. I'm not so sure from his side of things why you'd pick on your feet. You've been taken down twice already, and a third time. Off that fireman's. Shoulders are close to being exposed here by Freeman. Got that elbow trapped underneath, trying to clear his right side thigh here. And they stop it, potentially dangerous or bloody nose, I'm not sure which. 2 near fall Freeman and blood time on Eric Ritz of Madison East. Again, that was a little bit of a different choice, coach. He got taken down a couple times pretty easily, and then he had his choice. He chose his feet.
Well, he probably wanted to stay in the match as long as he could. And probably going neutral is his best choice.
That's probably right. Now they got a little cleanup going on here. Again, Carter Freeman's next opponent will be Peyton Oberg out of Baraboo, top half of that bracket. Coming up next for the Red Raiders, Asen Meyer at 126 against Seth Howald out of Middleton. 21-5 is his record. Meyer, one of the seniors on the Red Raiders lineup. Coach is trying to plug up the nose of Eric Ritz. And they got that all cleaned up. A little bit of mat cleanup to go yet. And now we're set, ready to go. Freeman gives him the free ride to his feet. Should be 6-2. Freeman in on another single. Sits him on the seat of his singlet here. Trying to work up the body if he can. No points yet, says the official. Stalemate.
106.
Just over a minute left this period. They're on their feet still. Ritz with a front headlock. Freeman trying to control that elbow. There it is again. Fireman's carry right to his back. Freeman lost that arm. Shoulders come back the other way. Now barbed wired him up, rolls him right over. Tight. Carter Freeman. Freeman with a pin over Eric Ritz of Madison East. And 3:28 is the fall time. Next up, Asen Meyer, as I had mentioned, and Seth Howald of Middleton. That match will be coming up shortly. We'll bring it when we return to the sectional. Asen Meyer getting ready to go at 126 pounds. Senior Red Raider, 33-8. He's taking on Middleton's Seth Howald. 21-5 is his record. See if Asen Meyer can get this first round match under his belt with a win. Again, reminding everybody what Coach Benitz said, you win your first round, that's a must. If you lose, you are done wrestling.
Well, according to records, this should be a little more competitive match. Although Asen, at times he's wrestled really well this year. He got upset there in the regionals in the match he should have won.
Yeah, he was ahead 7-1 in that match and then ended up getting beat.
Got pinned with about a
couple seconds left.
Yeah.
And both wrestlers trying to kind of feel out their opponent here, see what type of offense they can try to attack with. Meyer's trying to get to that Russian, but Howald won't let him in there with it. Shot by Howald with a sweep, and I missed it. Waiting for the winner of this match is Andrew Weiss out of Holman. Toss attempt by Howald, and Meyer stays square with him. Josh Black at 138 pounds against Gabe Gorski of Waunakee. Gorski's a junior, 25-13. Black a senior, 30-12. There on the mat. On your right-hand side on the red mat is Black. Russian arm tie by Asen Meyer in a scramble. He tried to get to an Okie choke, and Howald countered it pretty well, but in the scramble, Meyer with a takedown. 10 seconds left. 2-0.
We're going to have Lucas Bean coming up here in a minute, too.
In the one period, Howald deferred his choice, and Asen Meyer takes a down position. Black in on a single leg shot, but unable to complete it yet. And his opponent is Gorski out of Waunakee. Meyer to his feet on the whistle, turns back inside, trying to get a switch. But Howald's got a legs ride in. Meyer reach back, snatches a head, turns that to a headlock. And Howald still able to hang on to control. Black with a takedown leads 2-0. Good action, good work there by Asen Meyer. Close, but not quite. Josh Black has Gorski on his back. In deep trouble with a deep half. Settling the shoulders down, the referee getting a look. Got the pin, Josh Black.
And Asen Meyer just got a reversal here.
Asen Meyer just got the reversal. He leads 4-0, 4-1 now on the cut loose. Black's next opponent will be either Tyler Jan out of Holman or Owen Walsh. I'm guessing it's going to be Jan. (4-1) Asen Meyer with a lead here. 40 seconds left, second period. Meyer with another takedown. 6 seconds left, second period. Good wrestling by the Red Raider.
He's wrestling really well.
Lucas Bean is coming to the mat now. He's taking on Walker Hargrove of Middleton, senior, 24-7. End of two periods, 4-3. Asen Meyer leads. They got scoreboard. It's now they're going to change it. It's 10. Now they got 6-1. They're going all over the place with the score. 6-1 Meyer. Lucas Bean in a little bit of trouble on your left-hand side of the screen here from the feet. Nice hard start by Asen Meyer.
Come on, Beaner, pull your hips up. He's in trouble over here.
The best thing we can hope for is a stalemate here. And he has to give up the takedown. Bean goes down 2-0. Asen Meyer still riding with 1:25 left, leading 6-1. That's on the black mat on your right-hand side. And Meyer suicide style with a tip attempt. Dangerous move when you're ahead in the match. He almost got in trouble. Now Meyer just cuts him loose. 6-2 now with 1:05 left. 2-1 Bean trails. Shot in again from a long ways out, did Hargrove. Bean not protecting his legs right away.
Yeah, he's letting him in there pretty deep.
And from a long way out.
Twice.
Asen Meyer got poked in the eye here. As he was backing off the mat holding his eye. Assistant coach Spray said that, yeah, you got to watch the fingers, talking to the official, you got to watch the fingers going into the face. And Bean now, 2-1, end of the first period, he trails. And we'll start the second period. Asen Meyer, 6-2 with 42 seconds left. And they're setting ready to go. Bean starts the second period on the bottom.
Lucas is struggling over here in this match.
There's a hokey choke attempt by Meyer. He's got the takedown, but going to get reversed. Again, Howell waiting for that arm drag. And again, the score people are way behind in that match. I don't know how, it's not that hard to do. You just hit the button a couple times.
Lucas tied this match up over here. It's 2-2.
Oh, but he's getting crunched down with a front headlock. .105 left second period. Bean's tied at 2. Asen Meyer on the bottom now, turns inside, picks up a leg to a single, coming to his feet with it. Whizzer counter by Howald, and he regains control. The scoreboard's got 6-4. Asen Meyer's going to win the match, 6-4. Back over to the Bean match now. He's in on a shot.
He's struggling in this match here. Ooh, and he got a takedown. Bean went up 4-2.
Asen Meyer's next opponent will be the Holman wrestler, Andrew Weiss. So far, Bean's opponent, Hargrove, hasn't done much on the bottom, and they ride the period out 4-2 Bean. And Hargrove's taking both on their feet. And Walker Hargrove, a senior at 24-7 coming in. Lucas Bean, a junior, 27-11. Pretty even records. There again, Bean stops for a second, fixes the headgear, and Hargrove shoots right in on him. You can't afford to have those lapses. Hargrove's working on takedown. We've seen before already. Bean picking a backside ankle.
Come on, you gotta keep your hips off the mat here, Beaner.
Hargrove out the backside, got a single and elevated, and they're out of bounds. Thank goodness for the stripe there. Next up is Brett Bach at 145 pounds against Dylan Brunig out of Suck Prairie. And he's got a takedown, leads 2-0, got a cradle locked up. Bean gets a takedown now, nice work. 6-2, 48 seconds left third period. Bach is really hunting this cradle pin. Over his opponent goes. He's fighting, but didn't make a difference. 36 seconds, Brett Bach. 25 seconds left in Bean's match. He's up 6-2. No mistakes here. Counting down from 15. Warning, stalling on Hargrove. And Bean's going to get a 7-2 win here. And his opponent will be the winner of Colton Harritz or Kyle Neuberger. It'll be Neuberger. And Neuberger is the number 5 ranked wrestler. And no other Red Raiders on the mat right this instant. We'll take a quick breath, catch up on some bookwork. We'll be back with more of the individual sectional. Change for the Red Raiders here. 152-pound weight class had a wrestler that could not compete for some reason, and that brought in Marco Simonson, who finished in 5th place in the regional. But now he's back in wrestling. He's getting Ryan Bergerman out of Watertown, who's 30-13, a sophomore. Simonson, a junior, 13-3. So the Red Raiders actually got 13 wrestlers through the regional. And we found that out once we got here, that Simonson was brought back in. And losing a wrestler could happen in numerous ways. Illness, a grade violation, so he may be on a code. We don't know who the wrestler was, but anyway, Simonson's in the bracket. Simonson in trying to get a double leg, but got stretched out and stopped, put his forehead on the mat. Minute 5 left. Coming around behind the corner is Bergerman. And Simonson goes down to the mat and gave up the 2 points instead of staying on his feet. Off the mat they work. 52 seconds left. Simonson now in the bottom position. He'll get set and ready to go. Bergerman's going to cover. Simonson just bases off basically on the start. Not much of a up and out move there. Bergerman looking for a bar. Now Simonson's got that wrist. Can he pin it over his head the other side? .22 seconds left. Simonson trying to come out. Can he get one? Get one, Marcos. So close. Simonson trails 2-0 after one period. He's so close, Coach, to getting up.
You're right. He did wrestle pretty well there, and he had a chance of getting that escape, and a little short.
That just comes with, it's like situational knowledge. So many wrestling matches that you can put under your belt, and Waterford wrestler had just a couple more, or Watertown wrestler had a little bit more experience there. He knew kind of where he was at. Warning, stalling Simonson. He's got to work up the body, which he did. Close to the edge of the circle, now they're out of bounds. 1:34 left, still 2-0, but Simonson's been hit for a warning for stalling.
Well, he's definitely the underdog here.
Yeah, on paper you got to say so. Simonson drops down to a single as he can't hold Bergerman on the mat. Front trip takes him back down. That was good work.
That was a nice takedown. Yeah, it worked hard.
.120 left, second period. Simonson still trails. Just not much of a start for Simonson on the whistle. He just kind of hanging on here. And Bergerman able to get the escape, 3-0. Front
Our
headlock.
loudspeaker system is not very good down here.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. Fades in and out, just terrible, and you can't understand anything they say. Simonson gets taken down with 30 seconds left. He trails 5-0 in the second period.
Come on, Marcos, get a base here, buddy.
You got to a base, now come up from here. End of 2 periods, 5-0, the Red Raider trails. $160-pounder Ben Weidman getting ready to go against Grant Sorg out of Suck Prairie, a junior, 23-17. Weidman had a heck of a regional.
Yeah, he's wrestled pretty well lately.
And now the clock went out. So in Simonson's match, so we'll swing you over to the Weidman match. And Weidman 26-6, a sophomore. Grant Sorg, a junior, 23-17 from the Suck Prairie. Weidman into that Russian. Sorg countered with a tight collar tie. Weidman breaks off, now shoots in. Sorg with a counter behind. Weidman's got to fight this. Don't give it up here, Ben. And he had to, 2-0 Sorg. Weidman reaches back, picks a leg, puts Sorg down on the mat, got a reversal. We're tied at 2. Weidman's looking to pick up a couple quick near fall, but he ends up regaining control as Sorg bails out of that counter attempt. Scoreboard's back up and working for the Simonson match. 5, now it's out again. 2-2, Weidman's tied here in the first period. Riding on top. Weidman's spiral ride takes Sorg back to the mat. 30 seconds left. Half Nelson ride. Weidman hips him over. Near fall, 1 count. Hip him over again, 2 count. Near fall coming for Weidman. Weidman looking at a deep half here. Can he pin him here? Short time. Got him. $159 plus on the fall time for Weidman.
He's pretty tough with that half Nelson.
Simonson still trails 7-0 now with 1:17 left in the period.
Marcos hasn't been able to generate any offense at all here.
No, he's been getting rode pretty hard, not able to come up from his base that he's got. Bergman's got a good wrist ride here. Now he loses that, throws a bar on the other side. 40 seconds left. Blood time on Simonson, I do believe. No blood, says the official. He checked everything out. He's good to go. 22 seconds left, 7-0. Bergerman. Bergman's going to get the win here at 152 pounds, knocking out Marco Simonson. (7-0) the score for Bergerman. Marco Simonson got brought in late to the tournament and made an early exit.
Well, at least he got to wrestle in this sectional. Huh?
Yeah, he got another match under his belt. That'll be good for next year. He's only a junior, so we'll hopefully see him again next year and probably advance a little further, a little more experience under his belt. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more of the Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. Ashton Fisher at 182 pounds, ranked number 9th in the state, takes on Alex Caters of Sauk Prairie, 13-10, a junior. First round matchup at 182 for the Red Raider. Fisher with a collar tie, but blocked by Caters. Now Caters with an inside collar tie. Fisher changes levels, drops into a single, lifts, takes him on the way down. I thought he was going to the back with him, but he let him spin around in front of him. Fisher fires a half on that left side. And Caters, his chest is on the outside of the circle, so Fisher got to figure out how to try to turn him or get him back inside the circle so he can get some points scored here. Now working on a bar on this near side. Trying to snatch him back in here. As long as Fisher stays in bounds, he's okay. You can pin him with Caters' shoulders outside the circle. Armbar come out and out of bounds, says the official. 23 seconds left. Coach Fisher's due to have a good tournament. He's kind of stumbled along the way here a little bit.
Well, we can make it through the first period, we'll be fine. I mean, he really starts out well. He has trouble late in the match. But you're right, we're due for a good one.
Little stack attempt here by Fisher. Short time, got near fall coming. 5 seconds on the clock.
He got two.
Got two. Now it's 4-0. The Red Raider at the end of one period. Blood time on Caters of Sauk Prairie. Good start by the Red Raider at 182 pounds. If Ashton Fisher continues to win this match, gets the win, Brock Conley of Sun Prairie and Braden Holman of Watertown, that's the other matchup. He'll take on the winner of that. So they're getting a little mat cleanup done here. Red Raiders so far only lost Marco Simonson at 152. And again, he was brought back in later this week as one of the 152 pounders had to get taken out of the tournament for we're not sure what reason. And here we go back with a Fisher. He's going down to start second period. Fisher stands up pretty easy, gets the escape. Gators can't hold him. 5-0 the Red Raider.
Well, there's no doubt about his skill set.
Yeah, he's got some talent in that body there. Just if he can bring it out and make it last. Inside collar tie, warning stalling on Caters. Fisher in again. Drives him right over his balance point, got a takedown and near fall coming. And they're close to the edge of the circle again.
That was pretty good wrestling.
Yeah, boy. Fisher's gonna probably run out of room here. And they're out of bounds. 2 near fall Fisher. Should be 9-0 right now.
They didn't put up that other
They didn't put up the last
takedown.
the takedown or the near fall, so I'm guessing it should be 9-7. And again, it's
Takedown near ball. Escape. And a takedown.
now they got it up there. Chopping that wrist and comes to a bar on this near side is Ashton Fisher. Now grabs that wrist. Gonna run that bar over. Gonna reposition the arm again. He's got the wrist pinned underneath. Now he's got the elbow turned down to the mat. Cater's trying to kick over, but it ain't happening. He's not coming out that easy from underneath Fisher. .340 on the fall time for Ashton Fisher. Good start for the Red Raider there, Coach.
Yeah, really. Well, he's in a bracket. He can do well if he can keep his composure.
I do not see any other Red Raider on the mat now, so we'll take a quick break, catch up on our paperwork. We'll be back with more of the WIAA individual sectional. Damien Sterk ready to go against Caden Hooker out of Wanakee. Tough matchup for the Red Raider here. Sterk 26-20, a senior. Hooker, a senior, 24-4, ranked number 7 in the state right now from Wanakee. Looking for a headlock was Hooker. He just runs Sterk over, and they're out of bounds, says the official. Hooker slaps a collar tie on. Sterk trying to get to a Russian. Can't even pick the hand off his neck. Hooker really physical, the front headlock takes Sterk down. Sterk's trying to pin that wrist up over his head if he can. Get some wrist control, almost had it there.
Sterk has trouble keeping his head up.
On the edge of the wrestling circle And Tanner Gormanson getting ready to come out at 2:20. Way on the opposite side, so we'll stay with Sterk here. Gormanson is going to get Jack Schweitzer out of Wanakee Junior, 33-11. Again, Hookers reached through and grabbed the chin and cranked on it. Gormanson gets headlocked to his back right off the bat.
Got fooling around up there right away. Oh no.
Gormanson pinned. So Gormanson out of the tournament.
Boy,
quickly.
That didn't take long.
Nope. About 17 seconds on the pin time. And again, you need to wrestle and win your first round matchup in order to advance into the quarter or semifinals. If you lose the first round, you're done. Hooker stands up easily, outpowering Sterk 3-0 the lead, starting the second period. They're on their feet now. Sterk fighting hard here. Then gets run over with a double leg. Takedown, Hooker. Five over the lead. And again, Sterk, the big underdog in this match. Sterk's trying to stay in that base. Spiral ride by Hooker. Sterk's wrestling as hard as he can. He's just outmatched here by Hooker. Match is still 5-0.
Yeah, he don't hurt for effort. He just gets out wrestled.
Yep. Stalemate, I do believe, was the call. Now, Sterk tried to get a stand-up, but he just got run flat back over his balance. 30 seconds. $195, one of the better weight classes here. Griffin Banks for Holman, honorable mention rank. Caden Hooker here, as you're watching, with Sterk, ranked 7th. Gabriel Klatt is ranked 2nd. Sterk getting turned here with a cradle. End of the second period. 3 near fall. Hooker, he's up 8-0.
Seems like that was the third period.
Heavyweight yet to come, and Josh Hansen against Jackson Lenzendorf of Wanakee, a freshman, 26-13.
I know we're not keeping team points here, but I think Holman's only lost one match that I can recall this whole tournament.
And there, Hooker gets the pin on Sterk. 4:17 on the fall. Damien Sterk done wrestling for the Red Raiders. We'll come back when our heavyweight's coming right here. I just looked away for a second. Two guys, same type of build here. One a freshman and one a senior.
Well, I hope Josh can wrestle a little bit today.
Again, his opponent, Jackson Lenzendorf out of Waunakee, 26-13. He's a freshman. Overhook and a collar tie by Hansen. Double overhooks. And they back off the mat. The winner of this match will take on the winner of Jesus Gonzalez and Keegan Jacobs. Off the mat again, 1:23 left. Hansen and Lenzendorf still on their feet. Hansen's got the overhooks a couple times. One minute left, first period. No score. Overhook and a loose underhook by Hansen. Lenzendorf tried to throw. Off the mat they work one more time. 41 seconds left. You're holding your breath here, Coach, aren't you? You never know when the offense will happen. And
Yeah, well, he's a one-trick pony.
yeah,
You know, you come out with that underhook or overhook, and somebody's going to go down.
and the thing of it is, we've seen last week he has a good snap down. He snapped down one wrestler twice, and it worked both times.
Yeah, you're right.
10 seconds left, still zeros. And that's the way the first period ends. On their feet, 0-0, hand fighting. Flipping a disc.
But it's an average weight class. If he wrestles, he could get himself through this tournament.
Lenzendorf's choice, he goes down.
Gets that big body on him. Keep that weight on him. Just keep him down. Keep him down here, Hats.
No effort to hold him once he got a knee down.
That was a poor effort, is right. I have trouble accepting that.
Under overhook by Hansen again. Lenzendorf on the outside looking in, lateral drop throw. Aye.
Well, and he throws from underneath, for God's sake. Come on now.
Body lock by Lenzendorf, he steps in, Hansen will throw again, ends up on top temporarily. To take down, no near fall. 2-1 Hansen.
And I think we were a little fortunate there.
Yeah, I agree.
Come on, Hats. Get some points here.
Hansen trying to get a wrist tie ripped out from underneath. Lenzendorf laying hard on it. Hansen's got it out now. Trying to lock up a farmer. He's got it locked. Now he lost it. Don't get rolled through. Get your head up, big man.
Almost got rolled through there.
In.
Boy.
He got the win.
Don't hold your breath, I know, Scott.
Got the win. His opponent will be Jesus Gonzalez or Keegan Jacobs. That match yet to go. Red Raiders are done for this round. We'll bring you more of the WIAA sectional when we return to Sun Prairie. Back now at the semifinals. 106-pounders He just quickly popped out on the mat in front of us. This is Landon Freeman against Christopher Anderson, 41-1, sophomore out of Sun Prairie. And Anderson is ranked 6th. Freeman honorable mention. Anderson with a front headlock. Cement mixer, no takedown yet. Back to their feet. Freeman with a shot to get stopped coming in. Now coming up with a single. Can he do something with it here? Anderson trying to get his hips on top. Nope, referee signaled it and then backed it off. Freeman looking to get a takedown. Freeman's got a cradle locked up. 2 takedown Freeman. 35 seconds left. Keep that cradle locked up here, Landon. Now Anderson able to get an arm through. He's looking to lock up a roll here. And he gets the reversal, 2-2. Just a lot of wrestling experience in Chris Anderson. Legs ride by Anderson. And the 1, 2-2. Anderson's choice. Anderson's choice, and he's going down. And they just changed scores, so they got to get that guy acquainted to what's going on. I don't know why you change in the middle of a match. And you got Preston Spray at 113 against Avery Finch out of Toma. Finch, a freshman, 26-9. Anderson got the reversal on Freeman on your left, Spray on the right. Spray leads 4-2. 2 quick takedowns. Anderson legs right up very high though, potentially dangerous, says the official. And camera just took a dive there for a second. We've had problems with this tripod before. It's very loose. Spray with another takedown and a cut loose, 6-3, the Red Raider. Freeman trying to stand up. Anderson threw a legs ride in to counter that. Now Freeman's trying to come out the backside here. Spray with a quick pin in 136. Spray goes into the finals. Reversal by Freeman. We're tied at 4. Freeman in the match at this point. He's got a tight waist and a wrist. 32 seconds left. Carter Freeman at 120 on the mat against Peyton Orbers out of Baraboo. Orbers a freshman, 32-10. 15 seconds left. Second period, Freeman's match. Don't let him score here, Landon. Freeman rides him out 4-4 after 2, and he's going down to start the third period. Carter Freeman barrel roll, but they're off the mat. Freeman a hard switch attempt, turns inside, locks down on that knee. Cradle being locked up by Anderson. Freeman's got to keep that hip pinned down on the mat. Anderson breaks the cradle grip. Freeman now he's looking for a spladle. Freeman with a takedown leads 2-0. Legs right and a half by Anderson on Freeman. Freeman now gets the reversal, comes out through the back door. 6-4 the lead, minute 15 left. And he's got a 1 count. Near fall coming, landed Freeman. Freeman stepping out of that legs grapevine. He's going to have a 9-4 lead. 50 seconds left, third period. Got a half now. Keep that wrist pinned out there and keep that half in there deep. Lost the wrist, got a half yet. Got to stay big on the body here, Landon. Don't let him get his hips outside. 30 seconds left. Christopher Anderson ranks 6th in the state. Landon Freeman, honorable mention. Freeman body locked him with his legs. Now he's got 15 seconds to keep him here. Freeman. Nine, 4 for the Red Raider. He's in the finals. His opponent will be trainer Curtin of Reedsburg area or Rolando Trevino. Carter Freeman at 120 pounds against Peyton Oberg of Baraboo. Freeman leads 2-0 on a takedown. He's on top to start the second period. Oberg with a hard stand-up got to his feet. Freeman lifts, takes him off his feet, rolled through by Oberg. Freeman in the saddle rides right along with him. Crowd regaining their breath here after a heck of a match by the Red Raider 106-pounder. Freeman's opponent at 106 will be trainer Curtin, honorable mention rank from Reedsburg area. Preston Spray in the finals at 113. We are awaiting his opponent. 4-1 Freeman after 2. Or excuse me, 29 seconds left, second period, 4-1 Freeman. $15 seconds. Countdown from 5, second period action, and Oberg comes to his feet, and they run him out of bounds. Warranton point, Oberg. Freeman, according to the official, ran him out of bounds to save control. It's 4-2 with 1.6 seconds left. Again, I'm not so sure about that call. And earlier we seen this official count near fall have him signaled on his hand, and then at the end of the match took him away, and that cost the wrestler a match. He came from behind with the near fall, would have won. Now the scorer, who was kind of kicked back here, laying right back in his chair, just kind of watching. Now they get the scores straightened out, 4-2. Freeman on the bottom, starting the third period. 2-point lead. Hard stand up by Freeman. Step through with a trip, and they're off the mat. Good start by Freeman. He keeps that hard effort going, he will get his one. Hard stand up again by Freeman. Oberg's got to cut him loose. 5-2 the lead for the Red Raider. They're on their feet. Off the mat they work. Freeman with another takedown. Good on his feet. You're going to cut him loose? Nope. Now they're going to cut him loose. 7-3. Minute 15 left, third period. Freeman with trying to get to a cradle if he could. Now in a front headlock, around the corner goes in the spin cycle. Round and round we go. Comes up, picks a leg, scores a takedown. 9-3 the Red Raider. And this official awarded Oberg a penalty point for unsportsmanlike. He determined it was too hard of a crossface. Now getting a nosebleed stopped, Freeman. (9-4) is the score. Now it's going to be 9-5. Freeman going to put him on his feet. I guess I did not see the crossface, but Joyce doesn't think it was that hard, so it probably wasn't. Barrel attempt, got the takedown one more time. They're going to cut him loose. 11-6, 25 seconds left.
Got to be careful going underneath that far with your elbow up.
And Freeman all offense there. Again, match savvy, match knowledge. He doesn't need to try to toss, and especially from underneath. He's got a lead, 11-6, 8 seconds left. Freeman's getting the win, 11-6. He's in the finals at 120 pounds. Next up for the Red Raiders will be Asen Meyer at 126 pounds. His opponent will be Andrew Weiss out of Holman. That match not on the floor right now. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more of the individual sectional. 126-pounder Asen Meyer. Semifinal matchup, Andrew Weiss out of Holman. This match last week, Asen Meyer was ahead 7-1. And then it went south from there. He lost 8-7. See if we can get a little revenge. Off the mat they work.
Come on, Asen.
Again, you're not looking for any extra team, but you're looking to win a match here. Oh, Weiss was down on his butt, and Meyer couldn't quite capitalize there. Weiss with a shot in. Meyer's got to fight this down in the way on the head hard. He's got a whizzer. Weiss gets the leg elevated.
Holman's in on a pretty tough single here. Whoa.
And gives up the single, 53 seconds left. Got time to get one back. Legs right, gets stepped into. Trying to get a Turk tip here, but 30 seconds. Asen Meyer fights that off.
Pretty tough leg ride. Got up high, got that hip up in the air. Ten seconds.
And the 1, 2-0, Meyer trails Weiss of Holman. Meyer's choice. He deferred, Weiss goes down. Weiss posts that inside leg, stands right up. Meyer just cuts him loose. No start by Asen on top.
Pretty easy escape for Holman. Come on, Asen, you got to get an offense here. He's got that arm tie.
Arm tie, trying to scoop that leg with a little trip. Couldn't do that. Shot in from a long ways out. Meyer did not protect his legs at all again to take down Weiss.
We're getting out hustled here.
5-0 the lead. Yeah, Weiss trying to get to a legs ride.
He's a pretty good leg wrestler. I just think we're getting out hustled in this match.
Warning, stalling Meyer.
Come on, Asen, you got to score, buddy.
55
Block this
seconds
off,
left.
block it off.
And Weiss steps right over into a legs ride. 43 seconds left.
Pretty good leg wrestler.
And now this official called Freeman for too hard of a crossface, and Weiss is just digging an elbow in the back of the head of Meyer, and there's no call. He stands there and watches it. Now it's a warning stalling on Weiss.
That's what I thought. It was a little unnecessary.
24 seconds left in the period.
Come on, Asen, you got to get that leg up. Wow, we're not even in this match.
And Carter Freeman gets Cole Fitzpatrick, Lacrosse Central Logan, in his championship match.
I don't know how we got ahead of this guy 7-1 last week.
I don't either.
Come on, Asen, stalemate this thing, get a new start.
1:10 left. Now Freeman's hooked the leg on the inside. Oh, he's still comfortable riding the legs here. He doesn't have a legs ride in per se, but
He's got one leg in.
it's underneath the waist area. It's not intertwined with the leg. Now can he come out the backside?
Come on, Asen, finish this up.
Meyer able to stand up, get the one escape. 7-1, 30 seconds left. Meyer's got to score a couple times here. Russian to a leg lace, to an Oki choke. Not there. And just run right across with a knee pick.
Yeah, he's getting out hustled.
And that's going to be the match. Asen Meyer goes down into the wrestleback side. 9-1. Meyer will take on Jaden Free out of Wanakee in his wrestleback. Next up for the Red Raiders, Lucas Bean at 132 against Kyler Neuberger out of Beaver Dam. 43-4 is Neuberger's record.
We're struggling in this second round here.
And Bean's taken down, trails 2-0. Half a minute gone. And Neuberger's ranked number 5 in the state. So Meyer got an uphill battle. He'll be the underdog in this match. Got his arm tied up underneath. Now he gets it free. Now you got to look to score. And gets his arm chopped in again there off the mat. 1:07 left. Neuberger leads 2-0. Switch attempt and up to the feet, but had him stopped. That allowed Neuberger to get a knee pick, drive him right over that balance. $50 seconds. Bean trying to fight to get his legs free out of that ankle trap there. Neuberger, a lot of forward pressure here and chest pressure on Bean. Bean trying to step out, got to his feet. Neuberger lifts, takes him back down to the mat.
That was ugly. He had his arm trapped under there.
And he put him right down on that shoulder. End of the period, 2-0, Bean trails. Neuberger's choice. He goes on their feet.
Boy, he's letting him in here deep.
Oh yeah, there's no protection on the legs whatsoever. He hasn't even got his hands on him until Neuberger was in tight to his thigh. And another takedown, 4-0, minute and a half. Bean gets an elbow chopped in, taken off his base. Now he's got to build back to another base. Minute 8 left. Legs right again, got the legs scissored as Neuberger. 50 seconds.
Come on, Lucas, keep it moving here. We're struggling these last couple of matches, and I know the competition should be getting a little better, but we should also be wrestling a little better.
20 seconds left, 4-0. Neuberger, warning, stalling, Bean. And end of the period. Bean trails 4-0, not out of the match, but has to pick it up considerably. They're going on their feet.
Wow.
Another takedown by Neuberger.
Pretty much in a defensive mode there.
Bean trying to clear his hips, go up to his feet, can't do that. Now he's almost got cradled here. And Neuberger's got a cradle. On the mat now at 138 is Josh Black taking on Tyler Jan out of Holman. Tough draw here as well. Jan ranked 6th in the state. And he has a takedown. One minute left. Being in a scramble now, got to a single, and they stopped that, potentially dangerous. And they didn't even give him the escape. Thought they would have at least gave him the 1. Oh, now, okay, now Neuberger puts him on his feet. 6-1. Again, no defense on the legs whatsoever. And Bean gets taken down again. Again, head snatch and a near side single. Taken down one more time. It's 10-2. 25 seconds left. Josh Black getting back points put on with a hip tip. And Lucas Bean is going to wrestle Colton Usselman out of Sauk Prairie in a wrestleback.
We're having trouble this round.
In this section here, the Red Raiders are getting it taken to them here. 5-0 Black is down. Black in a scramble here from the bottom.
Jeez.
And he just gets run over.
Hard to watch sometimes.
Just shows Matt inexperience, basically. Wasn't in a bad position there. Still could have fought for that scramble. And just turned and went stomach back down. Gave up control, 8-0 now the lead. Minute left, second period for Jan. Legs ride by the Holman wrestler. 35 seconds left. Jan way out over the shoulders of Black. Can pop his head out the inside here. Jan just hanging on, running time off. Black unable to do anything from the bottom right here. Everybody sat in the same position and never moved for the last 15 seconds. Third period coming, 8-0 Jan with a lead. Black's going on his feet. He's been taken down a couple times. Missed on a little sweep shot. Cleared the arm again, went cross body on an ankle pick this time. Can he come out the backside in a scramble?
Come on, keep your belly down.
Stalemate.
Should have finished that off.
Brett Bach getting ready to go, warming up. He'll be on, and Black not protecting the legs again. That's kind of a bad deal with some of the Red Raiders. They just don't protect their legs at all.
Well, we just get out hustled there. He had an attempt for a takedown, and then Holman kid came right back at him. And we were standing there waiting for it.
Crossbody half off the legs ride now by Jan, and Black is on his back. And Black gets pinned with 32 seconds left in the match. Black goes into a wrestleback. His opponent will be the loser between Logan Bolton of Toma, and that match is going on right now, and Mikkel Mayadzi out of Madison East. Bach ready to go now at 145 pounds against Connor Gorski of Baraboo, 34-8. So we're gonna look back and see how these guys did in the. These two did not wrestle, and it didn't make a difference. Bach headlocked him right to his back. Two takedown, two near fall. Armbar by Bach. Armbar on this near side, then through a half.
Well,
Potentially dangerous, so would he stop? Nope.
that's what he called. I wouldn't have called it.
Cradle again by Bach. Takes him over. 58 seconds left.
He's gotten pretty tough with his cradle.
Josh Black gets Mikkel Mayadzi out of Madison East in a wrestleback. Turns him back down one more time. 38 seconds left. The ref's got to get a better position here.
I think he's got this one. Oh, maybe not.
Left side shoulder is up pretty high yet. Bach can't get him settled in here, get that shoulder let out. He's still got a cradle. Walks it around one more time, and they stop it for blood. So 4 near fall for Bach. He's up 8-0. 17 seconds left. And blood time on his opponent. Coach Red Raiders need a stopper here. Got to get a win back on the board. To start off the round really well with Freeman, and then Spray, and then Carter Freeman. And now they've hit a dry spot here.
We got out-wrestled there about 3 matches in a row. And we can talk about inexperience and all that stuff. Getting out-hustled is not an excuse. Excuse me, Mom and Dad, that's kind of the truth.
I don't think you'll see Bach get out-hustled here. He's pacing like a caged animal here, waiting for his opponent to get cleaned up and nosebleed stop.
He's the real deal.
Bach ranked number 1 at 145 in the state. This week's rankings. And the other side, the bracket, will be a tough draw there. Oscar Wilikowski of Watertown, ranked number 6 against Parker Cratcherville out of Holman, ranked number 2.
And that was a tough match for Bach last week.
And we still got a lot of cleanup going on here. The mat, Bach's opponent. It's giving his opponent a chance to kind of catch some breath here in the cleanup. And the mat cleanup still going on down there. All right, now they finally got it done. 17 seconds left, first period, 8-0 Bach. Hard start, picks an ankle, drives him ahead, takes him off his base. Hunting arm control. Steps in with the legs right on the left side. End of the first period here. Bach will take that 8-0 lead into the second. Gorski's choice. He goes on their feet. And Bach with that Greco style of his, wading in, underhooks, overhooks. Stays right in your grill all the while, and they're off the mat. Snap down and runs him off the mat. Warning, stalling Gorski. Bach double unders to a body lock. Clears his head, lifts, takes him down to the mat. Blood on Gorski again. Bach up 10-0. That was nice when he had that body lock. His head was still out in front, and he cleared his head, went underneath the arm and cleared it to get better position for a body lock.
Well, he's got to be careful he don't get an illegal throw out of that.
going on here. The other match. Who's ahead in the other match, Joyce? Cratcherville. Cratcherville's ahead of Wilkowski. 6-3 right now at 47 seconds left in the second period. Bach back at it again with minute 10. Got a bar on the right-hand side. Just lost the bar temporarily there. Tried to pull him over backwards on it. Bach with an arm pinned across the back. Now Gorski comes to his base. Bach takes him back down. 35 seconds. And we stop it again. Blood time one more time on Gorski. Cratcherville is ahead 9-3 in the other semifinal at 1:45. End of the second period is here for that match. A lot of cleanup on Gorski. Bach getting wiped down as well. Matt getting cleaned up by the Baraboo coaches. Bach's on the mat, ready to go again. Hard start by the Red Raider. Gorski able to stand up though and got the escape. 10-1. Bach. Gorski with a shot, Bach with a counter. Can he get him off his feet? Lifts, takes him down. 12-1, 3 seconds left. You got to be careful a little bit there. You can't just let that adrenaline pump put you into a throw that could cost you a match. Bach's choice goes down, third period. Two reversal, Bach on the whistle. Didn't take 2 seconds. And we got more blood time. And there isn't nothing you can do about the blood.
This Cratcherville kid's going to be a tough match for Brad Bach.
And that match has got 1 minute left. It's 11-5 Cratcherville. But Willikowski's making him work for it here.
Willikowski was the top seed here, I think, or the higher seed.
He's ranked 6th. Cratcherville's ranked 2nd behind Bach. And I think Bach beat Willikowski earlier in the year at the Ed Steck. Bach lifts, takes it back down on the takedown. It's 16-2 right now, and a minute and a half left. Bach cuts him loose, 16-3. Takedown is going to be it. Going to be a tech fall. Tech fall, Bach, 18-3.
Brad Bach moves on to the finals.
And again, he gets the winner of Cratcherville and Willikowski. That match still going on. It's tightened up 12-9 right now. Red Raiders Marco Simonson at 152 got knocked out earlier in the tournament in his first round match, so no Red Raider at 152. So we'll finish watching this Wielkowski and Cratcherville match for 22 seconds here. This is going to be a dandy finish here, and Wielkowski's in on a single again. Cratcherville's trying to counter. It's a wild one here.
These are two good wrestlers.
5.2 seconds left. Cratcherville looks like he's going to hang on. (13-9).
Because Holman has some good wrestlers.
And that's who Brett Bach will take on at 145 pounds in the finals. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. Ben Weidman, semifinal match at 160 against Beaver Dam's Logan Thomas, junior, 23-10 coming in.
This is a winnable match for us.
By the records, you would think so. Weidman, low shot right at the ankle. Trying to come out the backside. Turns.
Oh boy, Ben.
Trying to looking to get extra near fall, but got the 2. He was thinking for near fall.
Yeah, he was.
He trips up Ben. There you go. Got a wrist tied up underneath. 1:15 left. And they're out of bounds. Weidman going to cover. And Thomas able to get to a high base, trying to wing down on Weidman and roll him, but Weidman sits in the saddle, rolls right through with him. Weidman got good wrist control. Now he just lost it, but he had it good tucked underneath there. Thomas stands right up. Weidman around the corner and takes him back to the mat. Had a half on him from the feet.
He runs that half pretty well.
30 seconds. Weidman keeps control of that wrist. 15 seconds left. Close to the edge of the circle.
Keep him here, Ben.
Counting down from 2-1. End of the period is here. Weidman 2-0 at the end of one period. Good first period for the Red Raider. Flipping of this comes up Weidman's color. They're going to defer. Thomas's choice. Going on their feet. Thomas with a shot in, got to a single in a hurry. Weidman kicks out of it. Weidman with a shot down low at the ankle. Coming out the backside, same takedown we had before here. Can we get this one? Thomas hanging on to both ankles of Weidman, not allowing him to get a foot up. We are in a scramble. Weidman comes out with a takedown. Good work for the Red Raider.
Good wrestling, Ben.
4-0 with 1:15 left. Got our wrist tied up underneath again.
He's being real aggressive this match.
Got an arm tied up underneath, trying to pull that around through the other side, but couldn't do that, lost the grip. High base by Thomas. Weidman takes him off it. Roll attempt by Thomas. Weidman easily counters that. 32 seconds left. Chin drop by Weidman. Referee should be counting here. He got 2 counts in. He could have had 5 easy, but he didn't start counting. 6-0 the Red Raider. Waiting in the other side of the bracket is Brenson Swatek out of Holman or Brody Heemauer out of DeForest, who's the #1 ranked wrestler in the state.
And I think Heemauer's getting beat.
Two periods gone. Ben Weidman 6-0. He's taken down to start the third. Weidman puts a foot down, comes to his feet, working on hands. Warning, stalling Thomas. Weidman stayed on his feet, got the escape, dives right back in on a low single, but they're pretty much out of bounds here. Weidman trying to suck him back in, pulls that hip in, covers the other ankle. 2, takedown Weidman. Nice wrestling at the edge of the mat.
He's wrestling really tough.
Now another official comes out, and I don't know what that's about.
They're going to say he didn't have the takedown, maybe on the edge of the mat.
Somehow the clock stopped working. And 1:28 is the time on the clock now. They corrected that. Thomas wide base, trying to come up to his feet. Weidman brings him back, sits him right on the seat of his step-in. Chin drop again for Weidman. Got him on his back. Got the full complement of 3. Get your head up, Ben. There you go. This is deep trouble for Thomas.
He stays pretty big on top.
He gets good 90-degree angle. Got a lot of chest pressure. Pin for Weidman. 5:09 on the fall. Weidman in the finals. And the match between Swatek and Heemauer still going on. We'll be back with more. Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. Back now at the semifinals, the Red Raiders, Ashton Fisher taking on Braden Holman out of Watertown. Holman, 38-11, a sophomore. Coming in, Fisher is 26-4, a sophomore as well. Fisher ranked 9th in the state. And the other side, the other half of the regional bracket that Fisher was in, Dylan Lathan out of Holman is wrestling Luke Stotts out of Baraboo. The winners will meet, the losers will meet. Fisher with a takedown and looked pretty easy.
It was a nice shot, nice setup, good double. If he gets his head on straight, he'd be tough to beat.
Fisher working to try to get an arm pinned up across the back on that right side.
It's a little early to do that.
Trying to dig that other wrist under.
Break him down, break him down.
Stats of Baraboo with a pin. Fisher able to ride him and get him back down to the mat.
Well, it was pretty good wrestling. It was a pretty good scramble there.
Fisher working on that wrist on the right side. Keeping pressure down with that shoulder right through the center of the back. Off the mat, says the official. 10 seconds left. First period, 2-0 the Red Raider.
Give him nothing here, Ashton. 10 seconds. He's got such good power.
Yeah, he does. End of one, Fisher 2-0. Start of the second period. And it is Holman's choice. 81st, Fisher goes down. Fisher inside leg stand up, gets to his feet. Just forces a way out. Holman can't come close to holding him. Holman with an inside collar tie here on Fisher. Fisher's got wrist control on the other side, though.
Stay inside here, buddy. He's letting this guy get the inside position on him.
Snap down by Hollerman. Got to a thigh. Fisher spins me around, trying to get the counter. Drives him right across, picks a hip and hips right into him, takes him right down. 5-0.
He's got really good power in those scrambles. If he keeps going forward, he's fine.
Warning, stalling, Fisher.
Come on, why was that?
Wow, he scored 5 points in the match already.
He just decided to call that or what?
And the other guy hasn't been close to scoring yet. Short time in the period, 5 seconds left. Fisher got a wrist tied up underneath. Now Holman gets that ahead in the end of the period. 5-0 Fisher. Holman's choice. He's going on their feet.
It's always scary with Ashton.
I know. You hold your breath for a little bit. Nice shot in again. Can he get there? Got to the thigh, but backs out of it. Body lock. Lifts, takes him down. I thought he was going to panic out of that body lock position there, but he stayed right with it.
When he keeps going forward, he's got a lot of power, a lot of good skill set.
In the finals is Baraboo's Luke Stotts, number 8th ranked wrestler. Waiting for the winner of this match. Blood time. Now what? This is injury time on Fisher, and we're not sure why.
You never really know why.
And never know why here. Looking at a left arm, elbow, shoulder area. 107 left, 7-0. Fisher with a lead. Now the trainers are getting it involved. You don't necessarily want that. Trainer going through some strength testing, range of motion testing.
Come on, get him up. Let's go. I didn't even see how he got in any trouble.
I didn't either. I did not see that. Ashton Fisher back to his feet. Minute 7 left. Yeah, now he's got to just flat toughen up and finish the match out.
It's a pretty good way of saying it.
Pardon my bluntness, but that's what has to happen here. He's got the match controlled to this point. Forward roll, Fisher in a scramble. Holman up to his feet. Fisher lifts, takes him back down. Fisher looking to get a bar, but doing it a hard way here. 30 seconds left. 7-0 the Red Raider. Warning, stalling Fisher, 1 point Holman.
And I'm not sure why that was called.
And a scramble, forward roll by Holman. He gets the 1 point escape. 7-2, 15 seconds left. Can't stop wrestling here, Ashton Fisher. Spin behind. End of the match, Fisher 7-2.
Well, he wrestled pretty hard outside of having that little blurb there with the arm or whatever you call it.
Fisher into the finals against Luke Stotts. Red Raiders have no 195-pounder left or a 220-pounder. So next up will be 285-pounder. Josh Hansen against Jesus Gonzalez out of Reedsburg area. We'll bring you that match when we return. Heavyweights, Josh Hansen against Jesus Gonzalez.
Did they wrestle last week?
I'm going to look here and we will see.
I think they did.
Jesus Gonzalez pinned him in 248.
They got in the famous headlock position.
Yeah, Gonzalez, much more athletic wrestler at 285. A little smaller, but still pretty athletic, good wrestler. Hansen, as we had mentioned, pretty much, he's got a good snap down if he ever uses it. He used it once in the regional, had a guy planted right to his face on the mat. But he's pretty much the double overhooks and hopefully can throw you. The other half to bracket, Aaron Finn of Watertown and Nolan Vills of Sauk Prairie. There you see Gonzalez with a sweep shot attempt. $50 seconds. Collar tie by Gonzalez.
Didn't Gonzalez take him down with the fireman's the last time?
I think so. 22 seconds left, first period. Gonzalez with a head fake and they're out of bounds. They go flying in the other mat.
He's just a one-trick pony.
Yeah, that's.
He won't do anything but stand up there and pummel.
And you're not looking to fly around it as a 285-pounder like a 106-pounder, but there's so many other things that are available to him. Snap downs, underhooks, drop down near side leg. And just Russian arm ties. 0-0 after one, Hansen's choice. He's going to defer. Gonzalez goes down. Now again, Hansen needs a hard start, which he does not have.
Well, if he could just get that breakdown. Now, get some weight on him, Hans. Don't let go. Don't let go.
All his weight off to the side, and he gives up. 1-0 Gonzalez. Same takedown. Same takedown that he used on him last week. He baited him into that barrel roll and took him down. Pinned him too. Once he got to his back, Hansen just starts pushing back up against Gonzalez, and that just flattens his own shoulders out on the mat.
It's hard to find a good excuse for that.
285-pound weight class is complete for the Red Raiders anyway. So we will come back with the wrestleback round and the championship matches in the WIAA sectional from Sun Prairie. Championship round and wrestleback side matches going on. The championship at 106 pounds. Curtin of Reedsburg area, 38-4. Freshman, honorable mention rank. Your Red Raider, Landon Freeman. Freshman, 35-9, honorable mention rank. Curtin beat Rolando Trevino of Beaver Dam in the semis. Freeman upset Christopher Anderson, the number 6 ranked wrestler from Sun Prairie, who was 41-1 coming in.
I wish they'd turn that loudspeaker thing off. It's irritating.
Yeah, the PA here is pretty bad. Counter by Freeman, back to their feet in neutral. 1:17 left first period. On their feet, no score. Freeman with a shot, but then didn't defend the legs as Curtin comes in hard. Freeman forcing down on the head, trying to get that hip down in a way.
We're in pretty good shape here.
Now let Curtin get back in on the knee. Freeman with an ankle trip. And they're out of bounds in the scramble. Wow.
Two pretty good little wrestlers here.
43 seconds left. Curtin with a reshot always. Freeman got a counter again. 3/4 Nelson.
Quarter Nelson right in the
Quarter
front.
Nelson.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Around the corner, he ran into a single. 15 seconds left. Got to fight this takedown attempt off. 10 seconds.
Come on, Landon, straighten this leg out. Come on, buddy. Short time.
End of the period, 0-0 after 1. Flipping a disc, comes up green, that's Curtin's choice. He's going down. See if Freeman can have a hard start here on the top. He's got a wrist tied underneath there. Now let's see what he can do with it. Cradle by Freeman, cross body. Be patient here now. Make sure you got it right. There he goes over. Pull him back, Landon. Don't let him get out too high. Freeman got him a cradle locked up on his back. Curtin's in deep trouble, but he got the grip broke. 3 near fall, Freeman.
We were lucky not to get reversed out of there.
Yeah. And we still may have that problem if he can't get that arm back. Freeman again looking for that cradle. And Curtin brings that arm over top of the head. 48 seconds left. Freeman with a legs ride. Curtin trying to come out from the inside. Landon Freeman's got to get up on top here.
Well, he kept that wrist underneath. That saved him.
28 seconds left. Out of the match, out of bounds, 10-0. Or excuse me, 10 seconds left, 3-0 Freeman. Anderson from Sun Prairie, who Freeman beat in the semis, won the wrestleback. In the scramble, Freeman ends up in control with a 3-0 lead after 2 periods. Freeman's choice going down. Base is off on the start of the whistle. Freeman now works to his feet. Anderson drops down to the low ankle, trying to remain in control. Don't pull him on top of you, Landon. Potentially dangerous. Knee of Freeman going bent sideways.
We'll take that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good thing for the Red Raider. 1:16 left, third period. 3-0 Freeman. He crawls ahead trying to get to his feet. Got up. Curtin drops down on that same low single. Got to look at the knee again. Now he's got it straightened out. Reaching back, picking an ankle. Pretty good position here. Trying to fight that leg down and away. Now in a circle we go here. Trying to get that leg free. Round the spin cycle we go. Freeman stays with it long enough. Gets the reversal, 5-0. Wow. Let's not leg right anymore. 18 seconds left. Freeman's close. He can almost smell this.
5-0, Landon Freeman.
Freeman's going to win this match with 5 seconds left on the clock. Freeman's going to be a sectional champion. Going to the individual state tournament, 5-0.
And that guy had 42 wins?
He had 38 wins and 4 losses coming in. Both honorable mention ranked. Freeman going to the individual state tournament as a sectional champion. Heck of a match there by the Red Raider. Now there will be a wrestleback at 106 pounds between Curtin and Anderson. But the Red Raider Freeman a champion. Next up, Preston Spray, 113-pounder. And he's taking on Turner Campbell out of Holman, 33-5, a freshman. These two wrestled in the regional finals. Spray beat him 13-4. And we got blood time on Spray. I think that's the first time I've seen Spray with blood time this year. I don't remember him ever having a stoppage for blood time. In the wrestleback at 113 is Cameron Finch of Toma. He's taking on Jonah Dennis of Middleton. Campbell of Holman is a freshman. The referee checks over Spray and he says we're ready to go. Minute 33 left first period, no score. Spray tried that ankle pick. Campbell countered. Nice shot in on a near side single by Spray. Trying to get it elevated. Limp arm that whizzer out of there.
Boy, Preston.
Comes up with a takedown. And blood time on Spray again. So we'll get this stopped and cleaned up one more time. Red Raiders Landon Freeman will go to the individual state tournament at 106 pounds as a champion. And he will get a second place finisher out of an opposing sectional. We don't know where or who yet.
Well, that was one, we thought one of the guys that was on the bubble as far as getting through here were the Freemans, and he was one of them. So we got one guy in the state tournament.
Preston Spray looking to become the second Red Raider. Carter Freeman's match will be against Cole Fitzpatrick out of La Crosse Logan Central. Freeman won that match 5-4 in the second round of the regionals last weekend in Baraboo. So another close, tough match between the Red Raiders and Holman. Trainer now really packing in a nose plug there, had Spray up on his tiptoes. If he blinks hard, it might come out of one of the eyes. I think it was in there. He had him on his toes. Minute left, 2-0 Spray. Spray, legs ride, working cross body here. Leg on the right side. Spray working to get her wrist. Got a bar now. Grabbing this near side wrist. Now firing and a half if he can get there. Campbell picked that half off. Spray digging those double legs in to stop Campbell from coming up.
Can't control this kid's arms at all. There we go.
Now he's got a baseball across the back. Pinning it there. Short time, 5 seconds. Can he run him over and get a couple? Gonna get a couple. End of the period.
I think he would have pinned him
there. I think
there.
he would have too. 2 near fall Spray, 4-0, but that's a big 2 points at the end of the period. Opens up the match a little bit. Campbell's choice. He's going to defer. Spray's choice. They're going on their feet. Now we'll see what the score is coming over for. They got the score put in the wrong side.
It should be 4-2, right?
Should be 4-0.
4-0. You're right, Craig.
Craig's on the ball over here behind the camera. He had it nailed right away. 4-0 Spray, and that's what we thought too, but Spray on the bottom. Spins to a high base and then gets chopped down Flattened back out, builds to his knees. Curtin now looking to get a cradle. Spray's got to get some hand control underneath there. Yeah, and this kid's a freshman, but he's pretty good. Spray trying to come out the backside here as Campbell's hanging on, locked around the head, lifts, takes him down. 2 reversals, Spray.
That was nice.
Yeah,
He stepped in and lifted.
He could have panicked with that kind of that headlock thrown on him and bail out of there, or tried to, but he just waded right through it. Into the body lock and lifted. 1:15 left second period. 6-0 the Red Raider. In the wrestleback side, Cameron Finch-Atoma is wrestling Jonah Dennis of Middleton. And Dennis is leading 4-1. Campbell beat Dennis 5-4 in the semis. Spray beat Finch on a pin in 136. Chopping her wrist is Spray. Getting the legs right in. 35 seconds left. 6-0 the Red Raider. Spray forcing his way into a bar and a half on the far side, running him over 5 seconds. Oh, Campbell is flexible. Holy cow, with his shoulders and his arms.
No count, huh?
No count. And they're going on their feet. Spray with a 6-0 lead. Campbell's choice went to their feet. Spray likes that low attack sweep shot off the knees. Spray's got the leg at the ankle, lifting. Whizzer by Campbell. Stalemate. Good call by the official. That's the best call I've seen him make all day.
See, I disagree with that. He was going to get that takedown. He had the foot shelved.
Campbell into a headlock position here, at least for a setup, and they go out of bounds. Campbell again gets caught at the knee. Whizzers hard.
Well, he calls that stalemate quick out of that
there.
position.
That's quicker than the last time.
And you like it.
Well, that one they could have left go a little longer. So left the first one go a little longer.
Ooh.
Campbell was looking to toss there. Just unable to get it. 40 seconds left. Campbell with a shot in off the mat. 34 seconds left. Spray off the front headlock, trying to come around a corner, picking his near side ankle. 25 seconds left.
Come on, Preston, score this, buddy.
Trying to step across, lock down the leg. He's got it there. 8-0 Spray with a major decision on the mat. Spray is going to the individual state tournament as a sectional champion. with an 8-0 major decision over Turner Campbell of Holman.
There we go. We got 2 sectional champions. 2 guys going to the state tournament. And that's good. That's really good.
Next up, the Red Raiders, Carter Freeman against Cole Fitzpatrick of La Crosse Logan Central. Carter Freeman and Cole Fitzpatrick. 5-4 win for Freeman in this matchup in the regionals. Freeman would have shot in on a single. A loose whizzer counter by Fitzpatrick. Wow, that referee stopped it really quick.
You like those stalemate calls.
Not that one. That was, they didn't have any time to work in or out of that.
He was going to get that sucker.
Freeman with the underhook, now to the front headlock, snatches him down. See what he can do here with the underhook.
Be careful here.
Around the corner, he's trying to go. Don't get rolled here. 2 takedown Freeman.
That's a nice takedown.
He gritted that out in there. .45 seconds left first period. .4 seconds left. 2-0 the Red Raider Freeman. He'll be on top, trying to turn Fitzpatrick. Nice start, got that elbow trapped underneath. Takes him off his high base. Maybe looking for a hip tip here. Reaching up between the thighs to grab that wrist, but I'm not sure if he's got it there or not. He's got it. End of the first period, 2-0. Good period for Carter Freeman.
That was a good first period.
Just comes up Reds. Fitzpatrick, he defers. Carter Freeman is going down. Freeman on his horse with a roll. Fitzpatrick hung on for the ride there and remains in control. Just a spiral type ride for Fitzpatrick. Freeman trying to come to his high base. Don't get cradled up here, Carter. 1:10 left. Freeman's trying to pick that arm up over and put it on this side of the head, which he has done. Fitzpatrick with that ankle bite on him, so he can't quite get that leg free yet. Stalemate. So the official 40 seconds left. 2-0 Freeman. See if Freeman has a good hard start here. There you go. Roll through.
That guy follows him pretty well in that roll.
Yep, he's ready for that. He'd seen it once already, and he's ready for the second time. Freeman had his balance going so far forward there that he wasn't able to force back and get his feet flat on the mat. 16 seconds left, 2-0 Freeman with a lead yet.
Got time to score here.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get one more. There's the roll again. Freeman now coming to his feet in the scramble. He's got one. Good work, Carter Freeman.
He kept going pretty well on that.
Freeman now with some blood time. And they're gonna get him cleaned up. Again, in the other wrestleback side match, it's Peyton Oberg of Baraboo wrestling Parker Olson of Sauk Prairie. They're on their feet now in the final 8 seconds. And Fitzpatrick banging around on the head quite a bit. Freeman now catches him with an underhook. End of 2, 3-0 the Red Raider Freeman. Fitzpatrick's choice. He's going down. Caution, jumping to start. Fitzpatrick. Spiral ride by the Red Raider. Fitzpatrick comes to his feet. Freeman lifts, takes him out of bounds. .141 left. Better start by Freeman there. He chopped the wrist start on the opposite side that time. .110 remaining, third period. Freeman still 3-0. He's got a wrist tucked up under there. He's like a dog on a bone there with that wrist. Just not going to let it go if he can possibly help it. He just can't get Fitzpatrick back off his base right now. There, he got him flat one time. 40 seconds left.
He's a pretty good little athlete.
Fitzpatrick to his base. Still wrist tied up by Freeman. Now he loses that, goes to the spiral type ride. Grabbing back on the wrist. 20 seconds left. Fitzpatrick to his feet. Freeman got to do something with him. They go off the mat. Warning stalling Freeman. 10 seconds left. Wow, that was quick.
It was an unnecessary call, too.
3-1, Freeman is going to go as an individual champion at 120 pounds to the state tournament.
3 champions, for God's sake.
Pretty much the strength of the Red Raiders lineup in a row down at the bottom end here, and they're showing it right now. Next up for the Red Raiders, Asen Meyer and a wrestleback against Jaden Free out of Wanakee. That match on coming out now. In the finals, Gavin Finchatoma against Andrew Weiss out of Holman. You want Weiss to win this match. That puts Finch in a wrestleback. Meyer's got to win, and then these two have not wrestled, so Meyer could wrestle his way back in to a second place. He's got to win this match first. Ranked number 11 and 12 is the championship, Finch and Weiss. Asen Meyer gets to a Russian. That's his favorite takedown attempt or setup. Trying to get a leg in there here. He's trying to scoop it in. Now he jabs it down to the mat, spins behind, takes him down, got a bar in the wrist. And potentially dangerous, says the official. 2-0 the Red Raider Meyer. And Finch is winning this match in the finals. And we need that to turn around the other way, because it won't make a difference what Meyer does. Front trip by the Red Raider. In the scramble, he regains control. 40 seconds. Finch is ahead 6-1 in the championship match. First period's coming to an end. Meyer's got 15 seconds left. They're out of bounds. 2-0 the lead for the Red Raider.
Meyer is wrestling really well. But you're right, he needs a little help over here.
And he needs quite a bit of help as Finch got a 6-1 lead starting the second period. Bar and the wrist tied up by Meyer. 5 seconds left. And a 1. Asen Meyer, 2-0. Joyce, Meyer on the bottom. Start the second period. Meyer just balls up and reaches for hand control. Now he's trying to come out. He's got a hand that he's trying to pin down here on the inside. .110 left, and a hip tip rolled through by Meyer. He got his arm caught in there, unable to get it free, and got rolled through on a hip tip. Thank goodness. 1 minute left, second period. Warning, stalling on Free. 57 seconds left. Still 2-0 the Red Raider with a lead. Asen Meyer just can't get broke free from Free down here on the bottom. He's working to get hand control, and Free's able to just get enough wrist tied up or a half to. Warning, stalling on Meyer. Warning apiece, I guess. Now Meyer's trying to step over the top. Turns into him, 15 seconds left. Meyer's trying to lock up a cradle. In a scramble we go. He's got the reversal. 4-0, 2 seconds, 1 into the second period.
That was good, tough wrestling.
He fought all period long to get those 2 points. Freeze choice going on their feet. Arm tie by Asen Meyer, overhooked the head by Free. And Free puts Meyer down to one knee. Stalemate. Lucas Bean getting ready to go on a wrestle back against Colton Usselman out of Suck Prairie. Reach back headlock attempt, rolling through it is Asen Meyer back to their feet. Wow, that was close.
Well, we hang our head in there.
Shot in again by Free, and Meyer countered it back to their feet. Neutral, 1:15 left. Trip attempt, Meyer just hangs back, hips him over. No
Pretty good recovery
no
here.
No points there. Now Myers runs him over, got the 2 there. Near fall coming for Asen Meyer. That
Pretty good recovery.
Salt away the match here, but we need help in the championship. Asen Meyer's hunting a pin. 30 seconds left. He's got him in deep trouble. Pin, Asen Meyer. 5:34. Now you need a huge turnaround in the championship match. Otherwise, Asen Meyer's ended his wrestling career for the Red Raiders on a pin.
That's third place.
And third place. And the Finch and Weiss match. Finch is ahead 8-2 with 20 seconds left. Finch is now ahead 10-2. And he's going to go on to win. Weiss has already defeated Meyer 9-1. So there is no wrestleback. Asen Meyer will be done wrestling for the Red Raiders.
But he did have a really good tournament.
Came back and got a pin at the end. Positive note there, finishing in third place. 132-pounder wrestleback. Lucas Bean, your Red Raider, against Colton Usselman out of Suck Prairie. Usselman is 30-11, a senior. Bean is 28-12, a junior. In the finals, Preston Cratcherville, who beat Usselman, is taking on Kyle Neuberger of Beaver Dam. Cratcherville ranked 7th, Neuberger ranked 5th. Bean needs Neuberger to win that match. And Bean's got to win his.
Beaner can't let people in so deep. That's been going on all day.
If Neuberger wins, Cratcherville drops down to the wrestlebacks. If Bean wins, those two will square off for a chance to go as second place. Bean got an arm tie here. Trying to pin it down to the mat. Lost the wrist. Then they break apart. Minute 10 left. 50 seconds. Arm drag by Bean, missed that. Shot in again by Ugelman. Bean's trying to counter, sprawling back with an underhook on this near side. And they're out of bounds. 30 seconds left. Still got zeros on the board here in this wrestleback match at 132. Neuberger, is ahead of Cratcherville, 2-0 after one period. Five seconds left. Ugelman in on a shot, but they ran out of time. 0-0 after one. Flip of the disc comes up. Green, and that's Ugelman. He's going to defer. Bean's going down. Bean just balls up, trying to grab some wrists. No start. Now, Ugelman able to put a legs right in on the right-hand side, and Bean kicks that out, gets free. 1 point in the lead for the Red Raider. Bean with a half of an attempt of a shot. Didn't complete that. Arm tie by the Red Raider again. Tried to go cross body, pick a knee, missed that. Ugelman in on a barrel roll attempt. Bean's going to try to catch him. Around the corner he goes. Got him on his back.
Keep him there, Luke. Turn your chest in there, buddy. So close.
No near fall, and Bean may get rolled here. Got outpowered there. Ugelman just used one arm to fight off Bean trying to walk around and run him over on his back. Bean forced it out ahead. Got a cradle on from the feet here if he wants it. One point, Ugelman, 3-1 now the lead for the Red Raider Bean. Some opportunities there, but couldn't capture any of them.
Pretty close.
10 seconds. 2-1, end of the period. 3-1, Bean with a lead. Ugelman's choice now. He's going down. It's 4-0, Neuberger over Cratcherville. That's what we want in the finals, starting the third period. Bean trying to get to a cradle from defeat, lost that in a scramble. Trying to get him back to the mat here as Bean got a leg elevated. Stepped through with a front trip and missed. Ugelman forced it down on the back of the head, planting the forehead of Bean right in the mat. Warning, stalling Bean. Still 3-1 the Red Raider, minute and a half left, third period. Bean trying to get to a cradle. I see he's got it locked.
Stay with it, stay with it. Take it right over his head.
Just can't get his legs free here. Ugelman able to tie him up a little bit, just enough. Stay with that cradle lock. You can burn off time. You got a pinning combination on. Bean driving in. Takes him over. Sitting up high is Ugelman. Tried to snatch the head. Whoa, we survived. Cradle locked up again. Out of bounds. 24 seconds left.
He's pretty tough with that cradle.
6-0. Neuberger in the lead in the third period with 15 seconds left. Bean got reversed, and it's tied at 3 with 15 seconds left. Just get one, Lucas. Just need one. Stalemate with 3.5 seconds left. Tied at 3.
He could have called stalling there if he wanted to.
Overtime in the wrestleback. Yeah, he did. Neuberger, 6-0, the win. Bean wins. He's got a match for a wrestleback for second against Cratcherville, which Cratcherville beat him in the regionals. 40 seconds left on their feet. Bean with an underhook on the far side. Drop down to a single leg. Bean's got to keep countering here. 22 seconds. Bean sits through the roll. Got a cradle locked. 2, takedown Bean. He got the match won in overtime, 5-3.
So that was an 11th hour move there. But we'll take it.
Bean and Cratcherville in a wrestleback. And that will be for a match for second place. 138 pounds coming up next. Josh Black against Mikkel Mayadzi. Black trying to get a takedown. Black lifting, can't stop wrestling here though.
Come on, get this, get this.
Still got the foot, pulling him back in, covers him. In a scramble, wow, good hips by his opponent, Mayadzi. Off the mat. What a scramble. Front headlock by Black. And in the finals at 138, Tyler Young got a pin quickly in the first period. And that's the way that you wanted that match to finish, because now that puts Bolton at risk. If Black can win this match, he's up 2-0. He's going to have a wrestleback for Bolton to go to second place finisher. Brett Bach getting set and ready to go. And they'll wait till this match is done here at 1:38. Warning, stalling, Mayadzi. 7 seconds left. Off the mat. Madison East is where Mayadzi is from. 2-0. Black with a win, with a lead, excuse me. Second period coming. Mayadzi's choice. Black's going on their feet. Mayadzi darting in and out. Black with a reshot. Trying to come out the backside now with a single. Mayadzi picking an ankle. Trying to counter. Black's trying to work that foot ahead, which he has done. Now can he turn the corner and work up the body? Stalemate. Slide by Black and missed him so much that they were flying off the mat. Spin around the corner again, they're just off the mat. Just run out of wrestling circle there. 1 minute. 2-0 the Red Raider. Shucked by Black, had a wrist pin down, drives into a single again, out of the circle, and Black close, but not quite with a takedown. .22 seconds left. Quite the chess match here we got. .10 seconds. End of 2 periods. Black 2-0. And Mayadzi's got his choice. He's going down to start the third.
Big match here for Josh Black.
Yeah, be great to get himself into a potential wrestleback here for second. Driving ahead on that wrist on this right side. Got it pinned across the back. Hips him down, flattens him out again. Still got wrist pinned across the back. Looking to go under that front arm, lock up the wrist. Almost had the farmer, but lost the grip. And they go out of bounds. Mayadzi hanging on to that right shoulder. He's got a shoulder wrap on it. Bach chops that right side arm in, goes to work on it again.
Boy, he's doing good on that wrist.
Oh, he's wrestling well with that wrist control and pressure across the back. Warning, stalling Mayadzi, 1 point. Black 3-0 now with just under a minute. He's got that wrist, working it across the back, trying to baseball it over there. Myers, he just laying on his chest. Going inside that firearm again, trying to lock up that farmer, but they're going to run out of mat again, it looks like. 35 seconds left. Myers hanging on to that right shoulder again. As he cleared that right arm, and Black had to chase him around the mat and get him off.
Josh is wrestling really well.
30 seconds. 3-0 the Red Raider. Yeah, and Myers, he comes in at 24-4 junior. And Josh Black's got himself a wrestleback with a 3-0 win against Logan Bolton out of Toma. This should be a dandy.
These two went at it really good in this regional.
The regional matchup, Black. That's Black.
Bach,
here.
it was
Bach.
8-6, I think.
8-6 over Cratcherville, that's right. Brett Bach, your Red Raider, against Parker Cratcherville. This is number 1 in Bach, number 2 in Cratcherville in the state. Cratcherville longer, long reach, long legs. Bach definitely shorter of the two. Cratcherville into a single, Bach with a whizzer. Cratcherville's got the leg elevated. Takes him backwards, got a takedown on Brett Bach. And they're off. 59 seconds left, first period. And we got blood on Cratcherville. In the wrestleback side, Connor Gorski, who Bach technical fouled, is taking on Oscar Wilikowski. If Bach loses, he's got to hope that Gorski wins that match because he has not wrestled Wilikowski yet. Cratcherville cleaned up, ready to go.
Let's
Bach,
just win this one.
yeah, we gotta get this match anyway. Bach on the bottom, gonna get set. Hard stand up by Bach, turns and faces him. That's within a second. 2-1 Bach trails.
This kid comes back in pretty hard.
Yeah, oh yeah, all those Holman guys in this area of their lineup are really good. They never stop. Shot, counter by Bach. Got a leg in a scramble. Bach got down on his knees.
Cratcherville don't give it up though.
Nope, they never quit fighting. 36 seconds, 2-1 Bach trails. Bach, nice shot in. Turns the corner, changes direction, takes him down. He's got a lead, 3-2 now. Boy, that was sweet.
He's tough in those scrambles.
He picks up so much speed in those scrambles. End of the period, 3-1. Bach with a lead. Flip of the disc. And again, if the referee's going to flip the disc, let it hit the mat. I've seen a couple of them try to catch it, and all it does is changes the flip on the way down to the mat because they can't catch it. It eliminates any possibility of somebody thinking that there could be something going on there. Caution, Bach jumping to start.
He wants to go for that cradle right away.
Yep. The longer wrestler, long arms. Bach definitely the shorter of the two. Oh, ankle pick, and Bach drove right in, took him off his balance. 3-3. Everybody's just quiet watching this championship match. .112 left. Tied at 3. Stoppage for blood time. Nosebleed started as the plug come out of the nose of Cratcherville. And they get that plugged up. Now a little cleanup. Some mat cleanup. And in the wrestleback match, 18-3 Tech fall. And we'll check to see who won that match. Wilkowski. So Bach needs to win this match to ensure that he's going to the state tournament. 28 seconds left.
Cratcherville really counters well.
Oh yeah, as well as Bach does.
Yep, fair statement.
Two periods gone, 1 period remaining. Bach going down to start the third. We're tied at 3. Let's see what Cratcherville's strategy is here. Trying to ride him here. Oh, got him in a hip tip. Got a 1 count. Legs ride by Cratcherville.
We throw the legs in pretty hard for a minute, too.
And blood time on Cratcherville again.
Yeah, we can't screw around here.
Now the assistant official's talking to the head official of the match. And they are looking at blood time now. Assistant coach Pat Spray giving a couple tips to Brett Bach. Cratcherville comes back, ready to go. 1:42 left, 3-3. Hard stand up by Bach. In the scramble, gets the reversal.
Boy, he's tough in those scrambles, Scott.
Wow, is he ever. And Cratcherville comes up, trying to tie it here. Bach gives up the takedown, a minute 25. They're tied at 5.
And a reversal right back. Well, these are two good wrestlers.
Can't let Cratcherville get the legs right in again.
Yep, you're right there. He couldn't block it.
Oh, he stepped out of it. 58 seconds left. Bach now reaches back, scoops the leg, pulls Cratcherville out in front of him. Got the reversal. 7-5, 45 seconds left. Who would have thought of that move?
He just come out the back door.
Bach now with the legs right of his own. Big hip pressure across
Good
the
place to
center
stay
of the
out here
back.
on the edge of the mat.
25 seconds left.
Stay here, Brett Bach. Stay here, ride tough.
Stalemate. And we got blood time again on Cratcherville.
I guess.
Well, these refs pulled the trigger pretty quick on that stalemate.
Yeah.
He had him flat on his belly.
21 seconds.
But then again, I'm a little biased, maybe.
7-5, Bach with a lead. And it's better that he got the reversal, because if he gets in a little bit of position trouble, he can cut him loose, give him the escape. If he had only got the escape, and then 1 point and a takedown would have won the match for either wrestler. And Cratcherville would have been in the match here. Now Bach's got a little bit of breathing room here.
Let's go, Brett Bach. Make it 4 for us.
Bach pacing back and forth like he normally does. A little swig out of the jug of water he's got. Carries a gallon around. Most people carry a water bottle. He's got a gallon with him. And they're trying to get the nosebleed stopped of Cratcherville. Trainer over there. And we're setting ready to go again. Bach on top. 7-5. Bach lifts, takes him back down, lifts again, sets him back one more time. 10 seconds.
They're looking for that call on that slam.
Yep, they cut him loose. 2 seconds. 1. Bach, 7-6, sectional champion.
Got a boy, Brett Bach. That was a good match.
Yes, it was.
He wrestled really hard, too. So one thing he goes all the full period.
Yeah, that was probably the featured matchup of the tournament right there. Number 1 and number 2 in the state going at it. Both very, very talented, as you can see. Bach a champion at 145.
The difference is going the whole period.
Right. And that you will not see Bach take a break at any point, not even for a second. No Word Raider wrestling at 152, so we got a little break. Next up, Ben Weidman in the finals against Brody Heemauer of DeForest. Back now, championship match, 160 pounds, a huge, tall order. Ben Weidman, your Red Raider, going against the number 1 ranked Brody Heemauer of DeForest. Heemauer then on a quick takedown. 38-5 is Heemauer and a senior.
We weren't ready for that.
Heemauer is a kind of a beast here. He's big, powerful, and a lot of experience. Heemauer's a wrestling name from the DeForest area.
His dad's been the head coach there for quite a while.
Got a tip here with a Turk. Near fall getting counted on Weidman. Three near fall, Heemauer. Hard cross face. And the other wrestleback, Logan Thomas, Beaver Dam, against Benson Swatek of Holman. We need Swatek to lose. We need Thomas to win in that match. He's got a takedown right now. That way, no matter what happens in the Weidman match, Weidman will go probably a second place, and Weidman getting near fall counted on him one more time. Three more near fall. And again, Maurer with that Turk and a tip off the legs ride. Ten seconds left. It's going to be 11-0 Maurer. And he just keeps that Turk in there. 14-0 after one period. Now the referees are talking, and I'm not sure what they're talking about. (4-2). Who's ahead in the other match there, Joyce?
Logan Thomas.
Thomas is ahead 4-2. 25 seconds left, first period. And now we're having a discussion at the head scorers table. And they're discussing, I think, how they got multiple 3 near falls in a row. He never took the legs right out. Cross face to the shoulder, the top half part of the Turk he let go of a couple times, but we're discussing to see what the score is going to be here. Now they change it back to 11. The 11-0 after one period, Weidman's choice. He's going to defer. And we're still having a discussion.
Scott's not very happy with that call, I don't think.
Probably not happy with the score because, again, how do you get extra points in there? Your job is to pay a direct attention to that match only. Caution on Weidman. Maurer stands up on the inside, picks the ankle of Weidman, pushes back into him, gets him in a sitting position. And Maurer's just too strong for Weidman. Reversal 13-0.
Maurer wrestles down with the UW club quite a bit. A little different than wrestling high school kids. Oh, he called a fall on that. Or is that a tech fall?
In any event, 2:31 on the time. Maurer defeats Weidman, and now he's got to hope that Thomas wins. Thomas is ahead 6-3. Now it's 8-3. So Weidman's got to be Thomas's biggest fan. Thomas on top in the green and yellow. Holman's Swatek is on the bottom in the maroon and silver. There's 10 seconds left in this second period, and it's now 8-4. Thomas. And they go out of bounds. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. 182-pound championship match. Ashton Fisher, your Red Raider, 26-4, a sophomore, taking on Luke Stotts of Baraboo, 33-11, a junior. Stotts ranked 8th, Fisher ranked 9th. So when you look back, Luke Stotts beat Fisher and pinned him in the regionals. And he's in on a single to a double right now. And he takes Fisher down. Stotts ready to go on a whistle, Fisher not.
Fisher's really pretty tough in that first takedown. Come on, step away. Whoa.
Fisher able to keep working and get the escape 2-1. Fisher trails. 1:20 left. Fisher in on a shot. Stotts with a counter. Off the mat they work. Blood time on Stotts.
This guy was kind of ready for him this time.
Oh, yeah. Stotts with the blood time on him this time. If the fictitious team scores were kept, which on track wrestling, it just automatically happens. It doesn't mean anything here. Wisconsin Rapids would be in first, 157.5 to Holman's 139.5. Oh. So, but again, the team points don't mean anything in this. But the way the system is set up in track wrestling, it automatically adds points based on how you are finishing and wrestling in your bracket. Team, part of it has been decided already. There are 8 teams in the tournament. That will be the weekend following the individual tournament. Holman will represent the regional that the Red Raiders were in. And Holman's got a strong lineup, so they could fare pretty well in that tournament. 2-1 Fisher trails. 1:10 left. Stotts into a double again. Fisher
come
able
at him. Come on, Fisher.
Somehow
You got to get an offense, buddy.
turn and face him.
He's got an overhook on the outside, though. You got to get on the inside. Come on, Ashton. A little too close to the edge of the mat here.
Try to clear the arms into a double. Lifts, takes him down to his back. Near fall coming for Fisher.
I think you got to count.
He got 3 laying there for near fall, and he's still not done with him yet. Trying to fight a half in his Fisher. Off the mat, 3 near fall, Red Raider Fisher. He's now up 6-2.
That was a big flurry.
Whoa.
Right on the edge of the mat, too.
Don't give up points now.
Get under that arm.
Yeah.
Get under it.
I was going to say the same thing, Coach. Get under this near side arm. End of the period, 6-2 Fisher. Just comes up Fisher. He defers. Stotts' choice. He goes down. Fisher got to get under this near side arm like we had mentioned before. He's trying to chop that arm in.
He can't get that far side wrist at all. That a boy.
Now he's got a wrist tied up underneath. Trying to reach through and stack him on his shoulders. 2 near fall. Ball and chain, he stacked him up. There's some power there.
We'll take it. I'm not sure he deserved it, but.
Boy, if that had been college, Stotts would have been pinned because he was flat for a count. Roll attempt coming. Get your hips up.
Don't bail out on that, buddy. He bails out almost on that roll. Come on, stretch him out, stretch him out, stretch him out. We still have control here, I think.
Yep, still. Loss of control, Fisher. Blood time on Stotts.
You call stalemate and then give one.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that's a different call. Especially when he hadn't signaled the escape prior to the stalemate. In any event, 41 seconds left, 8-3 Fisher with a lead for now. Now, in the wrestleback part of it, Lythen out of Holman is wrestling Holman out of Watertown. And Lytham is ahead, so Fisher needs to win this match. Because Lythen and Fisher have not wrestled yet in this tournament.
Come on, Ashton, stay on offense here, buddy. He's in his defensive mode here.
Oh boy, yeah, and he gets shot in on. Don't bail out on this now. Counter.
He has so much skill.
But he makes it hard on himself.
That a boy, that a boy.
Good takedown, Fisher. Got a half, running him over. Can he get near fall? Ref's got to be looking here. Out of bounds. Two near fall, Fisher.
He's been scoring those on the edge of the mat.
I know, he's...
5 seconds. Give him nothing here, Ashton. Come on.
Don't get rolled.
He's a sucker for that side roll.
Into 2 periods. 12-3 Fisher.
Now finish the match here, big guy. Don't take a break. Don't take a break. Come on, come on, come on.
Now Fisher takes injury time. And this is what's the scary part. Trainer coming out now. And that's what you don't want to see, because you get a trainer involved and they're going to err on the side of extreme caution and safety for the high school kid. But they can take Fisher out of the match.
Coaches are just gritting their teeth on this right now. Come on, Ashton, get up, finish this match. Stay on offense here, buddy.
Well, Holloman of Waterford, who Fisher already beat 7-2, won. Correction. Lythen from Holman won 5-3.
Oh, we don't want to be up here.
So Fisher's got to win this match. Stotts wrestled Lythen and beat him. Arm tie by Fisher.
Get some head position here, buddy. Come on. Come on, stay in here. Stay on offense. Stay on offense.
Under and overhook.
No, you don't want to be here. You wrestle your match now. Your match, buddy. 1 minute.
Double shot. Front headlock counter by Fisher. Around the corner we go in a spin cycle, but Stotts catches a single leg.
Keep your shoulders off the mat here, bud.
49 seconds left. Stalemate. 40 seconds left. 12-3 Fisher. Stotts again with a shot in to a deep single. 25 seconds left. Fisher picks an ankle, counters, hips into him.
He's got so much skill here.
And
Nobody should be getting close to
He's
him.
got to work so hard for 14-3 Fisher. Looks like he's going to win this match. 14-3 Ashton Fisher, champion.
Well, we got one more champion.
Ashton Fisher, champion. State qualifier at 182 pounds for the Red Raiders. They have one guy left. The heavyweight.
Is he up?
Sitting in the stand. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. Wrestleback match at 285 pounds. Aaron Fitt of Watertown, 19 and 18, a senior. Going to take on Josh Hansen. Now, Hansen got beat by Gonzalez in the semis. You got to have Gonzalez win this match against Vills out of Prairie. Again, Hansen into the under overhooks. And Finn blocking hard with the head. These two did not wrestle.
Not a double overhook.
That's what he's got, double overhooks. And Gonzalez working on a takedown, but in the scramble got taken down in the championship match. Again, Hansen would be a very easy scout. The only thing he's tried is the underhooks or double overhooks. That's it. He's got a good snap down. We mentioned that before. Here's a perfect chance for that.
He's only used it once, though.
I know it, and it worked really well.
I think he tried it there.
And got run over for a takedown. He trails 2-0. Now, don't sit here on the bottom. And Gonzalez is behind 5-0. Hansen with his head down on the mat. Warning, stalling, Hansen. 15 seconds left. There, Hansen gets the escape, 2-1.
That was a nice little sit-out.
5 seconds left. In the one period coming. Hansen's going to trail 2-1 after one period. Flipping the disc comes up Reds, Hansen's choice. They're going to defer. Finn's choice, he goes down. Hansen has to have a hard start. And there is none. Finn easily stands up. Hansen just lets him stand up.
He did. He just let him walk away. Yeah. I don't get it. So we're looking for the big time throw.
Launching pad is loaded here.
This kid won't stand up with him though.
No, he's blocking hard.
Pretty hard to throw somebody.
To finish it. Oh, he backed off.
Like I won't stand up. Why would he?
Body lock. There you go, big guy. Now he's got to get in better position here with his upper body, but he can't.
How many? We get 2 or 3.
Near fall. 5 or 6-3 the lead. Minute 5 left.
Gonzalez losing over here?
Yes, 6-0. And Hansen just lets him back to his feet. 6-4 now the lead for the Red Raider. 50 seconds left.
See, this kid won't straighten up. Pretty hard to throw somebody when they're all
right.
Head is down by their hips. or your hips.
See, Finn got his head in the chest, blocking hard here.
That's what he's been told to do. That's what I would do with him.
Lateral drop again, got him take down, and near fall on the edge of the mat. There's the pin for Hansen.
I'm not saying anything because I didn't think he was pinned.
Hansen with a pin in 3:34.
I guess we'll take it.
The only problem is Gonzalez is losing 8-0, 50 seconds left, second period. Gonzalez has to win that match in order for Hansen to wrestle Vils, who's in the finals, but that'll be a tough row to hoe as Vils ranked number 8 in the state. We'll be back with more Red Raider Wrestling from the individual sectional. The wrestleback matches for a chance to go to the state tournament as a second place finisher. Lucas Bean, Preston, Cratcherville out of Holman. Quick update on the 285-pound weight class. Vils of Sauk Prairie won the match. So Vils Gonzalez go. Hansen is done wrestling. Cratcherville pinned Bean in the regional. So there is some history here. And again, these Holman wrestlers go and go and go and go. Never see him take a break.
Come on, Beaner, get an offense here, buddy.
Not even for a second.
This is still a 2-minute first period.
.120 left. Still on their feet, no score. Cratcherville with a shot, got to the knee. Bean just can't protect his legs.
Just stretch him out here, Beaner.
Stalemate. 58 seconds left, no score. Cratcherville took that shot from quite a ways out and got there. Now, front headlock by Cratcherville. Bean's trying to get out of that. Pin that wrist down on the mat. Short drag back down to a roll attempt. Bean countered both so far, 20 seconds. Short drag by Cratcherville. Don't go down, Beaner. No takedown yet, 6 seconds. Out of bounds on the scramble.
We dodged the bullet.
Yeah. In the one period, we're tied at 0. Bean's choice, he deferred. Cratcherville took the down position. Bean trying to get to a cradle. Too long of a body as Cratcherville. He's up to his feet. Bean can't hold him. There's going to be one loss of control and the lead for Cratcherville. Quick shot on the whistle and Bean sidestepped that. Cratcherville snatches Bean down with one hand and Bean trying to get into a single.
Well, Beaner's got to get an offense here a little bit.
Cratcherville got an inside ankle pick to take down Cratcherville. Bean fought stomach down in his base. He's behind 3-0. Minute 5 left. Cratcherville looking to cradle. Legs ride now by the Holman wrestler on the left-hand side. "35 seconds. Warning, stalling bean on the bottom. Counting down from 5 seconds. Cratcherville just working over Lucas Bean on top. "3-0 Bean trails. His choice is going on their feet. Cratcherville with a shot coming in. Bean caught him.
Beaner's got to get some offense going.
There hasn't been anything. He's been defense the whole match. Cratcherville's got both arms tied up. And they're off. Warning, stalling Bean, 1 point. Cratcherville, it's now 4-0. Minute and a half left. Two, take down Cratcherville. Bean, there's just no offense there whatsoever. Again, this match is a match to wrestle your way back to second place to get to the state tournament. 1 minute remaining, 6-0 Cratcherville. First 5 minutes gone, he wants it more than Lucas Bean.
Yeah, I don't like to admit it, but I think it seems like you're right.
Yeah, it hurts me to say it just as much as you, Coach, but pretty obvious with the effort on the mat. 27 seconds. Off the mat, 21 seconds left, 6-0 Cratcherville. Bean trying to get a switch. Cratcherville trying to counter. And he does. 10 seconds left. Lucas Bean goes down to 6-0 to Cratcherville of Holman. Holman, the wrestler, goes on to the state individual tournament as a second place finisher. Lucas Bean's season is done. One more Red Raider yet. Josh Black at 138 pounds for the Red Raiders, taking on Logan Bolton out of Tomah. Black's record 31-13, a senior. Bolton's record 24-13, a senior. Pretty even records. Who wants
Did they
this
wrestle
more?
last week, Scott? You know?
I will look back here and see.
It's okay. I was just curious. Josh has wrestled a pretty good tournament.
Bolton pinned Black in 4:28.
Oh, I remember that match. It wasn't a good match at all for Black.
No. We'll see who wants to go to the state tournament more. Minute 25 left. Front headlock by Bolton. Trying to snap Black down. Around the corner, he's trying to work, picking a leg. Black's trying to arch back through it, and they're out of bounds. These Toma kids have always been physical. They wrestle a real physical style of wrestling.
They have some good individuals.
One minute. Bolton again with a collar tie, trying to snap the head down of Black. Black can't get rid of that collar tie yet. There he shucks it off his head. But again, Bolton with the offensive effort here. Black with nothing so far. He's just tried to defense. 30 seconds. First shot in, but got stopped into a front headlock. Barrel roll attempt coming, 7 seconds left. First period gone, 0-0 the score. Toma deferred, Black's going on their feet. Tried to shuck that arm off the head, but couldn't get it cleared. Minute and a half, second period, still no score. Black tried to clear it to an ankle, but missed it. Just missed grabbing that ankle. And both wrestlers not wanting to make the mistake to put themselves down in the score.
Yeah, it seems like you're right.
Short drag by Bolton. Black countered. Off the mat they work, 32 seconds left, still 0-0. Ten seconds. Bolton's going to have his choice in the third. Not the best thing. End of 2 periods, still 0-0. Bolton a hard start, Black not so much. He's trying to counter, which he did. Now Black's got to cut him loose, give him the lead with 1. Needs a takedown to win, but Black's got to get the takedown. Nice shot there, but got stopped. And they're out of bounds. Black winds it up here. I think he can get a takedown, but he's got to pick up the pressure and the pace. Minute and a half.
He's been close a couple times.
Coming up to 1 minute right now. Slide by missed.
Come on, Josh Black. Got to make a commitment here.
50 seconds. Bolton hasn't done nothing since he's got the escape 1 point lead. Off the mat. 38 seconds left. Got to take a shot at some point here.
That's right. You got to commit. Come on, Josh Black.
Slide by, but nothing.
Nothing to lose, bud.
Bolton's done nothing but block and defense. That's the first attempt he took. 16.7 seconds. Bolton's gonna block. Black with a shot, missed it. 8 seconds. Underarm spin, no good. Off the mat they work. 4.9 seconds.
If he'd have been this aggressive earlier in the match, he'd have probably won this sucker.
1-0.
You don't get any takedowns, you don't shoot at it.
That's right. You don't score any points, you have absolutely no chance of winning. And he did not score any takedowns. No points. So, Red Raiders are done here. Here's what the Red Raiders have. The Red Raiders have Landon Freeman at 106, he's a champion. Preston Spray at 113 is a champion. Carter Freeman at 120 pounds is a champion. At 145 pounds, Brett Bach is a champion. Ben Weidman goes as a second place. Ashton Fisher is a champion. And that's the Red Raiders heading to the individual state tournament. Coach, not a bad group to go.
No, I think it was a pretty good day. Pretty good day. I mean, we got those first three guys, first three champions, and I think that's what we had hoped we could do, and we did. And then some real tough. Brett Bach won a real tough match.
Yep.
As usual. And Ashton Fisher come up pretty big. So getting the champion out here is pretty good. Ben Weidman was just too much in the finals with Hemauer.
But again, he wrestled a heck of a tournament to get into that match.
Yeah, I think so too. And we had a couple thirds that could have been, would have been.
1 point, 2 points.
Pretty close.
Yeah, close matches. But some of those, again, it's a matter of who wants it more. Red Raiders have a 6 to the individual state tournament, 5 champions, and 1 runner-up second place finish. I'm not sure if Scott is going to come up. Oh, I hear Scott is coming up, so we'll get his input. And we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the individual sectional from Sun Prairie. And we're back now at the individual sectional of Sun Prairie. Head coach Scott Benitz, congratulations, and thanks for stopping up here. 6 to the individual state tournament, 5 champions, and a runner-up.
Yeah, we wrestled pretty well today. You know, we came in hoping to be able to wrestle like that, and there's a chance to get some more. I think we ended up with 4 third places, so we had guys right there on the doorstep as well. But yeah, I thought we wrestled real well today, and it's been a while since we had 6 down there, so you know that was the goal all week. Was kind of that sour taste from last week was to try to get some guys down, down to the Kohl Center and get back to wrestling. So
I know nobody keeps team points.
Yeah.
Except track wrestling is in their program, they keep team points. The Red Raiders would have won this tournament if you kept team points over Holman by quite a bit. But the Red Raiders have the individuals going now, and that's Landon Freeman at 106 pounds, a champion. He had a heck of a tournament.
Yeah, he really did. You know, we ended up winning that semifinal match over a kid that had like one loss, I think,
Right.
is all, and kid was ranked ahead of him,
Ranked above him.
Yeah, probably favored, and wrestled a great match. Just was pretty opportunistic, found those points when they were there, wrestled hard, and then avenged that loss from last weekend.
Right.
And wrestled a great match there in the finals as well. So that's the best he's wrestled all year, which is the time of the year you want to wrestle that
Sure.
way. So he's going in as a champion, and you get down there 106, and we'll see.
Yeah.
Somehow maybe find our way up onto the podium.
Yeah, you never know. Everything's up for grabs now.
Oh, absolutely.
113-pounder, Preston Spray, a champion, and one of your horses. You expected that from him.
Yeah, we're at 113 to hopefully become a state champion, and he's wrestling like one right now. And the bracket was actually okay. The kid from Middleton had a pretty decent record coming in, and Campbell's a tough kid, and Preston wrestles him well, and I think he's wrestling really well right now, and we're really excited about seeing what how far into that tournament we're going to go. Hopefully, we're wrestling on Saturday, and hopefully Saturday night.
Carter Freeman at 120, another sectional champion.
Both.
Heck of a tournament.
Yeah, from conference tournament, he's wrestled really well. We've had 2 really good weeks and beat some good kids, and wrestling really solid with his offense, and able to get off the bottom now. And I think we just cleaned up a lot of things. His confidence is good, and again, freshman that's wrestling really well, and again, surprised some people.
Yeah. 145-pounder Brett Bach, your other big horse there. It's kind of what you expected, another champion.
Yeah, it was actually a tough weight. The Wilkowski kid came up from 38. I think that was, I don't think they realized that Brett was coming down, and they kind of got stuck there. He's third at state last year. And Brett wrestled really well with Cratcherville. Cratcherville's tough. They may meet. They might meet in the state finals yet. We might have seen that match twice, already, and
That's probably the feature match of the tournament.
Oh, absolutely, and it's getting closer. We're gonna have to make a couple adjustments. Be aware of some things that Cratcherville did today that we need to make sure we can be aware of, and wrestle out of those positions.
Your other champion at 182, Ashton Fisher, a good tournament for him.
Yeah, when he's wrestling and he's confident and things are going well, he does a nice job. We gave up that first takedown, and last week that was kind of a turning point for him with stats. And then second period, he got caught with that little roll, and last week he stopped wrestling. And this one here, he kind of started to stop wrestling, then he recovered, and then he just started wrestling from there. If he's if he's feeling good and he's wrestling well, he can beat a lot of people next weekend.
Right. Finishing in second place, Ben Weidman. Guy that's been, in the lineup and then out for a little bit, injury, a little sick, and then comes back and qualifies for a second place.
Yeah, he's been down to 52, and then we made some moves in the lineup trying to win that regional, and we put him at 60. This is kind of what we thought could happen at 60, and he's wrestling really well. He wrestled Hemauer, who just was a better wrestler than him in the finals. Not necessarily agreeing with all the near fall points up there, because we never really recovered from the first one.
Right, and the legs ride was still in there, and
yeah, he had that figure 4 on, and he turned us the first time, and we never got our hips back. And they called 4 of them, and assistant ref came over and said they were going to take out the last 2, and I'm like, well. And then they only took away 1, and I don't even know what it was, and we were probably going to lose that match, but we did not need to give up, 4 sets of near fall to get started. So,
and all off the same combination.
We never really recovered.
No.
And, that's not how, the rules probably should have been only 5-0 at that time on a restart, but it is what it is. Not much you can do without video replay, and that's their call, and that's what it is.
Call.
Yeah, and that's what their call was. So.
Next week, the Red Raiders leave Thursday morning, head down to Madison. 6 guys wrestling there. Should be a good time. Big time at the Cole Center. Rest of the Red Raiders now done on the individual side.
Yeah.
And stuff for them to look forward to.
Yeah, I just want to say a couple things about those. We had 3 seniors end up third. And anytime seniors, we plan on wrestling, 2 weeks from now in the team state, and some of those guys, that was their focus, and it's a tough time when you watch 3 seniors wrap up their careers here, getting third place, and you know, and guys like Asen have had a really good year and just came up a little short today. And same with Josh Black, you know, disappointing loss there in that wrestleback. And then, you know, Josh Hansen, you know, we had to win that semifinal match. And, you know, he did you know, he wrestled well. And, you know, Lucas Bean coming back and getting third. So we had those guys that, you know, we had 10 guys wrestle really well today. And, you know, one more match, 2 more matches, we get 7, 8 guys down there. You know, we're really close to putting a whole pile down there. And I thought we wrestled well. So,
Coach, hopefully we'll be able to talk to you again at the individual state tournament with some of the success, hopefully, that the Red Raiders have.
Yeah, you know, goal is to put some guys on the podium. You know, I have no idea. This whole seeding thing's going to be new. We're going to find out what that looks like, I guess, later this evening. I don't really know. My guess is we have 2 guys seated pretty high, and the other guys are somewhere in the brackets, and I really don't know where they're going to end up.
The criteria is not really out there for anybody.
Yeah, it is actually out there.
It's
out there. It's head-to-head is where it starts, and you know, and then it eventually comes down to common opponents. It's returning state champions, state place winners. You know, so Brett's probably going to be seeded, probably going to be the 1 seed, and my guess is Preston somewhere in that 3, 4, 5, somewhere down in there, depending on how things shook out today. So we're going to find out, you know, and then after that, I don't know where our guys will be seated. It's going to be different on Thursday night where you had some marquee matches. There's going to be some really good matches on Thursday night, but they're going to be, you know, the 4 or 5 seed. They're going to be, you know, the 3, 6 seed. We're going to see those matches, not the 1 and 2 guy going at it. It's going to be more, you know, more equal matches and not quite the stakes, I don't think, you know, where, you know, guys coming in to be state champions and, you know, getting dumped right away on Thursday because of the draw. So no more draw stuff anymore.
Yeah, the matrix draw.
now it's going to be seeded like every other tournament. So hopefully it works out. We don't know. You know, we might be really upset by the time we see the seeds and wish that we were drawing them in. I don't think so because I think it's the right thing to do. But we'll find out. I believe it's midnight-ish tonight or late this evening. Yeah.
All right, well, everybody can check that out on Track Wrestling. Those results should be up there. Coach, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Congratulations on a good, successful day, and we'll see you down in Madison. Hopefully we can talk a lot again.
Yeah, thank you, Scott. I appreciate everything you guys do up here, so thanks much.
That's it for today at the individual sectional. Red Raiders qualifying 6 for the individual state tournament. We'll bring you that wrestling when we return on River Cities Community Media.